It's your boy Mills.
It's your boy Shan.
It's your boy man Moose.
Here we go.
Is that the Faces of the Future? Welcome to episode 104 of the Faces of the Future podcast. It's your boy Mills.
It's your boy Shan.
It's your boy man Moose. What's good? What's good? What's good?
What's good? What's good? What's good? How y'all boys doing today?
Coolin', man. Coolin'.
Happy to be here.
Happy to be here.
Happy to be here.
You know what I'm saying? How's y'all week been?
Another week, man.
Another
Let's
week.
get to it.
All listeners, man, we got a special guest on for us today. None other than the one and only South Jersey's own Franky Hill, man. How you doing today, bro?
Yes, sir. I'm good, man. I'm good. Thank y'all for having me, man.
Man, how you been, man? It's a long time coming. You know, we fans of what you got going on, everything you've been doing, progressing, and things of that nature, man. What you been up to as of late, man?
Really just working on just releasing, man. Getting back into being consistent. For a while, I was just overthinking.
Yeah.
I think a lot. So naturally, I think about the thoughts, and then I think on my thoughts, and I had to get back into a place of just releasing and just being comfortable in the process again. So just falling back in love with,
For sure.
making music, man. Just the fun part about it.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. I always like to start our podcast when we have guests on, like where I first met the guest, and then go from there and like start from that point of where you were at in your life. So we were talking before the pod a little bit. I was telling the guys how Moose he was the first one that put me onto your music a while back. It was like 2019. We pulled up to a show. Armani White was headlining. I think it was like one of your Christmas shows or whatever. Yeah, and I pulled in like right when your set started, and I thought you was the headliner. I'm like, yo, who is this? And Moose was like, oh, that's Franky Hill, bro. That's Franky Hill, South Jersey. I'm like, the set was fire. So that was the point where I first knew who Franky Hill was. Where were you at that point in your life and career, music wise?
Boy, I was said that shit like Big Sean. Nah, bro. I was turned, bro.
Yeah.
Unstoppable force. Still am. I don't know. I shouldn't speak it in the past tense like that, but yeah, bro. Like on top, because for me at that point, everything was new too. So all the fun stuff was new, all the shows was new. Like they were getting exponentially bigger as time went on. So during that time in 2019, I had just dropped User and had been out for a year, and like the response was great. Everything was great. My live show had gotten to a point where it was like I had the band with me, and that's when you see me there. I had B, I had Mark, I got Cam with me, like, and I feel like when I got them, I really feel like the Avengers. Like I feel like it's like, yo, you got to show me, like you got for real. So all of that, and I was like, it was just a microcosm of the beginning of everything coming together, and it was just a beautiful time, man. A real beautiful time.
Nah, that's smooth. That's smooth.
Yeah, for real.
Now, before that, though, so like you said at that time, that's the time where you were feeling the effects of User and things of that nature. Let's tread backwards. Yeah. So who was Franky Hill before that moment, though? Like coming up, did you always think you were gonna be in this limelight as an artist, rapping, putting I guess your emotions and what you've been through on records? Like, did you always think that was gonna be you?
No, I'm naturally a writer. Like I wrote in high school. I just wrote poems. The first thing I ever wrote was a poem. The first rap I ever wrote was a battle rap to Nobody. I smoked that nigga though. Nah, but yeah, like I never thought of me being a rapper, a poet, a writer. That seemed like fathomable, but a rapper, nah. Until like I got on some beats, and I kind of like. I just did all the hot shit all my favorite rappers did, and then I was like, all right, I don't want to sound just like Jay-Z. Like I gotta figure out how to do something else, and then I kind of figured out a way to incorporate myself and the things I like and new inspirations, and then from that, at a certain point, I realized that music offered me a medium that just words on paper just can't. Like when you mix the two, when you mix the art and the beauty that music is with the art and beauty that words are. And mesh them, and when it's done right, it's like, y'all know music is the most powerful thing.
No, that's facts.
100%. Y'all know that, so yeah.
No, that's facts. I remember when I first met you, Met you at Rutgers University. Shout out to Scarlet Knights. We had our boy Tim. He used to do open mic nights all the time because Tim used to be on his
Shout
stuff.
out Tim,
Shout out
man.
Tim.
Went to high school with Tim, man.
Shout out with Tim. Tim
man.
is my guy. I grew up with him too. And I remember you was spitting, and it was funny because when you listen to User, was it AA? No, it was either AA or User. I forgot which one. It was either the first track or the third track. That was the one that you did this poem for, the very first poem. And the first time I heard it, I'm looking, because I went up there, you know me, I was on my little spoken word drawing, and I heard this nigga, I'm like, yo. Hold on, who is this nigga?
He was like,
who is this? He was like, who is this?
Check his birth certificate.
Like, nah. He go here.
His birth certificate.
He go here. He got swipes.
bro.
Let me stop.
Nah,
No,
He said he got swipes, bro. I'm dead out of pocket.
he got no swipes. Nah. No, but for real though, the first time I heard him, I was like, yo, nah, he's dope for real. Like, cause I never had anybody like kind of be introspective about their insecurities in terms of that. And I just wanted to see from that point, was that like, I guess when you first wrote that particular piece, did you feel like that was something that you felt was a starting point of what you were now or where you're at now?
Yeah, like I said, like poems were like the shit for me.
Yeah.
Like being able to just like say something and not have to say it all the way.
Yeah.
Like that was like the purest form of like expression, because like in the moment, like, you know, no matter the emotion, love, anger, like can't always get it all out at the right time, and like poems always seem to be able to like portray that, but also like it's short form and it's digestible. So I was like, I always fell in love with poems. Poems of I approach my rhymes like poetry.
Yeah,
Like they gotta work on multiple levels, or they gotta connect. If they don't work on multiple levels, they gotta connect. Like, so it's a lot of, and all my favorite rappers have been like that. Like the next line is inspired by the last. Like it all has to kind of make sense in a way, even if it's random thoughts. So yeah, poetry is the shit, man. Shout out to all the poets out there, man.
Not facts.
Nah, that's a fact. Now, I got a question about the writing piece. Like, is your writing like when you go to write a record, is the process the same every time, or is it like you just write when you feel something?
Yeah, not feel. Yeah, it's not the same every time. I got my routine. Like, I don't start writing until I sit down. I got one rolled up, or, you know, I got my drink for me, and I'm, you know, and the vibe is right. But where I start at in the song is different every time. Like, I'll be thinking I'm starting with the verse, and I chop that joint in half, and now it's the hook. And now I got, you know what I'm saying? So it all depends on the flow. And
now I feel that the reason I asked that, because like User was a project that like hit emotionally, like real, like home. You feel me? Like in terms of like when you listen to that project from top to bottom, you listening to an MC, an artist that's actually battling, like not with the world obviously, but with yourself. So like when you were going through that, like what were you in? Like mind space, head space, was like, were you fighting like a depression? Were you just battling like personal problems? Like what was like the full inspiration behind that?
Well, in 17 17 was probably one of my worst years probably ever. 16, 17, get fuzzy because it was a terrible year. Now you don't forget the shit, but I mean you don't remember shit. But yeah, 16, 17 was kind of rough. So when me and Cam sat down and made that album, most of 17, I was kind of going through, like, it was like turbulent for me, just mentally, emotionally, just with everything in life. I just wasn't happy with where I was, or where I thought I should be, I should say.
Yeah.
So a lot of that was just a lot of that just naturally came out through, like, and it's a credit to Cam because like the music came so naturally. Like you sit down in the studio with Cam and just let him make beats. It's like, all right,
he's different, bro. Cam different.
Shout out Cam Della.
It gets like cut it out. Like how you said, I'll be looking around like, yo, is everybody just he just looking like that, bro? Like, yeah, nigga, like that. Nigga, make that, that's the beat I wanted, bro. But no, but him being so organic, and what I do with the poetry, like I said, how that each line is inspired by the next, or like it has to be multi-layered, like my, because I'm not super technical, but like I am particular on how I want to deliver even like my faults, or like the things that may be seen as errors. Like I'm conscious of that, and like he's just so naturally like correct, but still leaves room for like some other shit to be in there wilding out. Like it just, bro, User was the perfect marriage, because the music was my place of serenity while I was going through hell, and then it kind of like, that's kind of how the music kind of was created.
It's kind of like your coping mechanism. Would you call it?
Coping? No, not a cope. No. It's therapy.
It's a form of
if anything.
it's a form of expression.
Therapy, if anything.
So let me ask you, like,
Shit, man.
where do you draw your inspiration from? Because obviously you're a creative artist, right? So do you have a routine that you get into before you write? Do you see something and then it inspires you to write? Or like, how do you get into that vibe where you ready to write some shit down and really like get into making a track?
It's no routine. Like, I got places I like to write. Like, I like to write at the park. I like sunsets. I like the beach. I like water and shit.
Why you say it like that? I like water. I like eggs.
He's like, I want shit. I like water.
I like being at the park.
Shit. Let me go scuba diving or something real quick. I'm gonna go write a record. You feel me?
He said I like eggs.
He said I like eggs.
I mean, that's kind of, I really just simplified to that. Like, bro, I just like water. Like, that's kind of something I've learned about myself.
I'm the same way. I love the ocean. I love the beach.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just enjoy that shit. So I got places I like to write, but it's no real like routine for me because I can be walking in Walmart and think of something. Like, oh, that sounds cool, and I record. Bro, I got voice memos. I know every artist say this,
So
but
do
I
you
believe
record it, like,
everyone that says it. Like,
at
I
that
have a
time,
million voice
like
memos.
you walk in Walmart, you think of some shit. Do you voice memo it or write it down at that moment, or do you just kind of keep it locked in the head for later?
No. Yeah, no.
He said nah. He said never that.
That shit Jay-Z and them had to do. We don't got
That was a struggle period. We don't have to go through no more.
Nah, yeah,
Think
like
about it, be like, yo, Cam, I got one. Yo, you remember that?
The Blackberries didn't hold that much space, bro.
You
We got iPhones now, bro.
We ain't gotta do that shit no
We ain't
more.
gotta do
Man.
that.
He did that out of like necessity. Like, nigga ain't had no iPhone. Nah, I'm putting it right in notes. My notes app
Okay.
is my best friend.
Okay.
My notes and my voice
Facts.
memos, yeah, best friend.
How you said Cam was an integral part to that first project with User. Like, how important, like, as an artist, is to have someone like that or people like that in your corner when you trying to express yourself in the way you want to? Because you say you're conscious of how you deliver yourself on records, and like when you're afraid to like put something there, are they kind of like pushing you like, yo, just say this sounds better, like, or is it just more so delivery?
For me, it wasn't. It's not necessarily like a. It was a necessity. Like Cam's presence was a necessity, but like he's gonna be him regardless, and I'm gonna be me regardless, and that's why it worked with us. Cause like oftentimes niggas like when niggas be like, all right, this nigga he gonna be on some rappy shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, like yeah, I rap, bro, but like dang, like I like to have fun too. Like I'll buy you a shot if you want. Just like let's just turn this whole session around, man. Like I'm a fun guy, so
He's having a fun guy.
you feel me? Like
Shout out Kawhi.
but like, yeah, shout out Kawhi. No, but a lot of times people were like afraid to naturally be themselves with me, and it always could feel it in the music. Or if that wasn't the case, like it was just like, cause early on Theo was making beats for me. Like early on it was me, Theo, Tab, and we was all just coming up learning how to make music together. So, but with Cam, he took it to another level sonically, one, and then I was evolving, and at the same time we both was on a mission to prove ourselves to each other. Like it was like, bro, it was nip and tuck. It wasn't like it wasn't like competition where it was like, no, it was competition. It wasn't a point where he was like, yo, you got to be better. Or it was like, nah, you heard this verse, nigga. You bet wild out on these chords. Like, you feel me? We got it. Like, it's like, it was that. And you feel me? And then, or it's him playing something and he look over like, yeah, this is something. And I'm like, yeah, this gotta be something.
Y'all have the moments where you're like, we got one. Like, when you're in the studio, you just know it's going to be.
Yeah, when we know, bro, like, when we know it's us. Like, we know what we like. So, like, we know that it was. Yeah.
Let's talk about that a little bit though, like, cause you know how in the music industry nowadays, like people are just making copycat music, things of that nature. They know that's gonna get numbers, whether it's on TikTok, Instagram, whatever. Like, how hard is it for you not to fall into those trends and just continue to make music that you like, not necessarily what the world wants you to make?
Yeah, I mean, I think people just be inspired, and I think when people that are young, especially like young artists, you just try to be like your favorite artist.
Yeah.
And
Who's yours?
Jay.
Okay,
Jay-Z.
mine too.
Jay-Z.
Respect.
Yeah. Jay's my favorite.
Said that with no question.
Respect.
Jay and Lauren. That's the only reason I looked up. It was I didn't know who to pick today, but I heard some Jay today, so Jay my favorite. No, yeah, I think kids is like impressionable. And
So you said Lauryn Hill was one of your favorite artists. Is that where the Hill part comes in your name?
Yeah. That's inspired by Lauryn Hill. She was, for me, she was the truth. Like, she was 1A for a while. Like when I first got into like rap, like when I kind of wanted to differentiate myself from like my favorite artists, and kind of where I like went to was like, I don't know, for some reason Lauren was just, I think it was the poetic delivery that probably drew me in. But like the stories were beautiful, powerful, strong, and she had everything, bro.
Yeah.
She had the ballads, she had she could do whatever. She could spit a 16, like
Facts.
She can sing, she can rap, she can do it
Come
all.
on, bro.
I
Do it
say
all.
this. I say this. I think that "To Zion" is probably the most beautiful song I've ever heard. Like,
100%.
like the most beautifully written song and the most beautiful song I've ever heard. And like, oh my gosh, it's chef's kiss.
Let me
sure at the back. Oh
No, oh my god, bro.
That's a
touched
fact.
her belly over.
Oh my gosh, bro.
So it's a consensus. Y'all wish she gave us more projects or more music after that?
Actually, no.
Why? Explain that. Okay, we're somewhere now.
Because my thing is,
you gotta give me something.
Yeah, you gotta give me something.
Why would you? What she didn't give us?
That's
more
what I'm trying to figure out. Why would you not want more music?
because I think that the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill is legitimately a perfect album, and I think that because she gave us that perfect body of work, I think that for her to give us another project where it's not going to live to expectations.
That's fair.
That's fair.
That's fair. But so you're saying pretty much her album stood the test of time is timeless music.
100%.
Yeah, because my
100%.
thing is, it's like sometimes when people make such great, like I have this theory, right, with
Okay.
music. I think that a lot of people make either amazing first albums and their second albums are mid, or they make really, really bad first albums and their second albums are great. And I think that because that album was so good, I don't think that she would have made a better second album than that.
But is that fair? Because I mean, that's like saying Nas should never drop after Illmatic, or Hov should never drop after Reasonable Doubt, or
But
Tribe
that's
should never
but
drop
see
after,
that's but that's a little bit it's a little bit different because
How so?
Because for them, I think that with Lauryn Hill, because she has the ability to sing and rap, and she did that well. My thing is because of the concept of how she wrote about the album and how she wrote about the album, how she went about the album. I think that for her to go and now make an album after that, take out the MTV's Unplugged, like I feel like that's very difficult to do.
Wait, why are we taking out MTV?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Why?
No, because I'm saying because when people, I'm not saying it's still they're great bodies of work. I'm just saying in terms of a project.
It's fine for her to never make an.
I don't agree with that at all. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you.
What I'm saying is,
I don't agree with that.
I hear what you're saying.
I don't.
But it's
I don't.
fine. It's fine for any album or music she puts out after that not to stand up to that album because it's just a classic. It's in its own class.
But to say she would
She
never
should've
want
put
to
out
make
more
any more
music.
music. Why would you never want her to make?
Well,
more
she
music?
made more music though. Like
No,
that's
no,
why I don't know
no,
why
she-
you just.
No.
Why did you just act like MTV Unplugged like it existed in like this like subdimensional Rick and Morty world?
No,
But y'all know what I mean, right?
Like that happened, yo.
It did
No,
happen,
it
but
did. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that, all right, I guess how I'm looking at it is this, right? A lot of people, when they make great first albums, what happens when they make their second album, a lot of people try to compare it, obviously, rightfully so. They try to compare it, but they also criticize the artist. It's like, okay, oh, she fell off or she did this. And I think that the world that Lauryn Hill is in, I would rather keep her in a we don't know if she can make a greater album and just say the Miseducation is the best rather than me having
No.
a second
no,
album.
bro,
People saying
no,
that.
bro, no, hell no, bro.
Chance.
Bro, if cut it out, what?
Stop trying to make
Yo,
sense
they
out of
mark
what
the
you're
mix,
saying,
so
bro.
you tryna
You trying to make shit sound cool with it. Don't sound
you
like,
trying to make
You
what
see how
you
they
saying
attack me,
make
yo?
sense?
bro, nah, bro.
see how they
this
come
is-
crazy
bro,
at
you're
me?
nuts, bro.
You
It's
trying
not a
to
bad
say
take.
you
They
saying
marched
that-
the
bro,
nose out. They said no.
You sitting here
no.
trying to say Lauryn Hill should never made another album because her first one was so great. That's
You're
crazy.
nuts. You're
That's
nuts.
crazy.
Yeah,
guess
that
so.
is-
That's like saying every,
guess.
like I said, that's like saying every artist that put out a classic album first should have just stopped right there.
That's nuts.
crazy.
That's nuts.
I think it's different.
It's not
think it's
because for her as a creative, why would you want her creativity to stop at one album?
It doesn't have.
You
it
wouldn't.
We
doesn't-
didn't get to see the evolution of her musically at all.
But
But I think that
but
does lend to his point, though.
It does lend to the point. It does lend to the point, but at the same.
She peaked at one. Like
that's my thing.
But
It's
we
like,
don't know that.
do you know how
She's the
crazy
one
that
anomaly.
is to peak at your first album?
She's
But
the
that-
one
How do we
anomaly.
know though? How do
But
we know?
that's
how
like
do we-
saying if you win the chip in your first year, don't play no more seasons.
No, but
Cause it ain't nothing else.
she could have dropped
Point.
it. She could
I'll give you
have
that.
dropped
I'll
and
give you
said
that. I'll give you
she
that.
could have dropped and said I'm goated. I'm good. I don't want to do this no more. But for every other artist, most other artists don't just drop one project and dip. It doesn't work like that
At all.
It
Obviously-
doesn't work like that.
I mean, obviously there was other behind the scenes stuff that happened. Obviously with the Fugees and like
course.
the labels and stuff like that.
a lot.
I'm just looking. Like I said, I'm just looking at it from a standpoint strictly music. In my opinion, she's the very first. She's one of the. I think that she's a female rapper that I think that she's top 1A, B, C, D. And I just think that for her, because of how we look at her now, I think that, I'm glad she didn't make another album. Not in a bad way. Like, obviously, I would like to hear the evolution, but I'm happy that she didn't, because I feel like there's certain people and certain artists, I just don't want to touch the criticism realm of them. So
do you think that would mess with her legend if she dropped another project?
Yeah.
But she's one of the most criticized artists of like.
Yeah,
just because she shows up late?
She be showing up
because
late.
she show up late. That's it.
Yeah, she be fucking up
When
on
I
her
went to
shit.
go see her, she ain't show up late.
I mean, what criticism? What did they be saying about her?
She be showing up late.
I mean, other than that though, like musically though, what did they be saying?
Okay, I guess all right. Oh yeah.
Musically, you can't say shit about her.
That's the
They do though. They
You
do.
see?
They say she didn't
Music-
write her stuff. They say it was all
I
Robert
mean,
Glasper. They say things. They say
All right,
They
so
do say that.
what we talking about? Ghostwriters now? So what? A lot of artists.
I
have them,
agree.
don't they? A lot of the top artists.
Well,
have them,
touch
don't
the
they?
subject, because I'm gonna hurt some
but-
feelings.
we can touch that
But
subject.
what
I mean,
I'm
how do you
saying
feel
though,
about that?
like how many times you hear Hov wrote a lot of shit on the Chronic, wrote a lot of Snoop Dogg shit. You
Yeah,
know
but
what
we
I'm saying?
don't- we
And
don't
vice
count
versa.
Dr. Dre like that,
Right?
though.
What's
That's
wrong
a
with that
rapper.
though?
But
What's
but
wrong
Dre's
with
not
that?
but Dre's not really but we don't
Yeah,
consider
we-
Dre a rapper. We consider him a producer.
But I'm saying
Dre
he
is
wrote
hip-hop.
I say he
Yeah,
wrote a lot of
true.
Snoop Dogg shit on that album and on Snoop's album, and vice versa. And
Yeah.
Snoop wrote a lot of his shit.
Yeah,
You
that's
know
a
what I'm
fact.
saying?
That
Ice
is.
Cube
facts.
wrote all the NWA shit.
Dr.
Well,
Dre
not all
wasn't
of
a
them.
rapper in NWA.
He
most
wasn't
of
a
them.
rapper at all. He wasn't.
Dr. Dre, I'm never giving you Dr. Dre was a rapper.
No facts.
He
I agree
rap.
with-
Dr. Dre's rap.
I mean,
P. Diddy is a rap.
But does that take away from your validity though of like making quality music if you don't write your own records in hip hop?
No.
I don't think so at all.
No.
To me, I don't
So
think
I
so.
mean, but some people
No,
that
it's been
holds
there
weight.
since
That holds weight to some people though.
Yeah,
No, that's
before
been
a
there.
lot of
What you
these-
trying to say, Moose? You making faces
Oh, you
over
saying
there.
in rap? What
Yeah,
are
I'm
we
saying-
talking
Hold
about?
on,
No,
hold
it's-
on.
You gotta.
We talking about rap. We're talking
No,
about
but
rap.
you gotta divide it up because songs are like these big complex things. So
No, for sure,
if
for
a nigga
sure.
wrote a nice hook and you heard a hook and you wanted to execute on that hook, go for it.
Hold up.
If a
Frank.
nigga is writing your verses,
That's what I'm talking about. The verses, not the hooks. We don't count hooks. I'm not hooks. Anybody can write a hook to make a.
this is
a
me.
joint.
This is me. Rap is the most competitive genre in music.
Okay.
Ever. This is why This is why we have the most negativity, and also why they probably some of the richest too. Because it's just because it's competitive. It's a competitive sport.
Okay.
So it should be.
Hmm?
You say it should? Who said that? Who you?
He said,
It should be.
You think rap isn't competitive?
No, I said it should be competitive.
like
But-
as in as it is. Like that's the way it should be.
I'm
Like,
saying like it
Oh, I
should
thought
be.
you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah,
I
I'm
thought
saying
maybe you
it
were like
should be that way.
insinuating
Oh,
like it's
nah,
not
nah,
competitive.
nah,
I'm like,
nah,
damn, you
nah,
don't
nah,
think it's
No,
competitive?
I'm saying it should be competitive.
Nah, yeah, no, but rap. To wrap it up, the rap is a competitive sport. So I feel like it's just a lot of machismo in it. It's a male dominated competitive sport. So it's like, yo, I did this.
yeah.
It's not. I did this. I especially when it comes to the 16s and them 24s, and because that's where you supposed to tell your story.
Right.
That's,
Yeah, that's a
where you're
fact.
supposed
That's a
to
fact.
tell your story.
So real quick, Moose, you think Wale wrote all of his shit?
Yes,
He
Wale's
was
a
a
writer.
fucking capper.
Wale is a writer.
But
Wale is a-
situations happen where people, this
If
yo,
Wale
this
all
this
of
would
his
sound
own
better if you
shit,
said it just like
Wale,
this.
Wale's a
happens.
Wale.
Anybody
but
has.
here's the thing though. There's a difference between there's a difference between writers that are rappers and just plain old rappers. Drake is a rapper. We know this because of the Quentin Miller situation. Lil Wayne is a rapper. We know this because of Gilly the Kid.
We can
Like,
say that about everybody though. If you
no,
want to go down
you
the
can't.
line,
You can't.
Wait.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
can't.
Wait.
You can't.
why you can't say that about Wale because he's
So
your favorite?
So you
No.
saying? Wait, so you telling me Drake isn't a writer?
I'm
There's
not
no way
saying
you-
he's
it's-
I'm not saying he's not a writer.
He is a writer.
I know,
though.
Drake
Drake
no way you
had,
can
There's
say
no
that.
way you can
but
say that, bro.
arguably one of his best projects. Nigga wrote some of his best hooks and lines.
But he's wrote some of the best hooks for our favorite music, though, right or wrong.
And so has Wale, but y'all don't respect Wale.
Let me ask you
Who
this.
don't respect Wale?
No, we respect Wale. He said he's top one.
We respect
No,
Wale.
he's top
that's a
one.
lie.
That is not a lie. That is not a lie. That is not a lie, bro. That is not a lie, bro.
I said Wale is top 5
Bro, you said
No,
one.
all
Bro,
time,
you
all
said
time.
one, bro.
in the generation.
All
No,
time.
you know why you changing the goal
no,
back line,
I
bro?
didn't.
You
Go
are
back-
not.
go
We got
back
guests
to
here.
what
You
I
got
said.
brand new.
Go
You
back
got
to
guests
what I
here. You
said.
got brand new.
The video
Let's
says
ask
it all.
Franky who he
I
thinks,
said this.
head to head.
Look, I said put it like this. You have Kendrick Cole, Drake. They're in their own upper echelon, right?
Yeah.
But after that, you have the 4 and the 5. I mean, they're not.
What
that's
you
the
saying,
difference.
Sean and Wale?
Yeah, arguably.
No, he's saying Wale. Period.
You said
no
Wale,
Sean.
period.
But Wale, I would put Wale at 4. right? Just because of how we look
That
at
is not what you've been saying for the
I said
last
Wale
3
is
Changing the
years.
goalposts. He changed the
said
You
goalposts.
say
Top
he's
five.
number 1 over Drake, Kendrick,
No,
everybody
that's
else
not
in the
what I
game.
said. I said
No,
Wale and
you're
J.
capping.
Cole are the
Let me
same
ask you.
rapper.
Somebody's lying.
I said
Look,
Wale and J. Cole are the same
and
rapper.
Wale.
For me,
They are. They are.
Cool.
They're not the same rapper.
They are.
They're not the same rapper.
Okay.
Not
They're-
at all.
They're
Not
similar,
at
but
all.
not the
Again,
same.
We're not saying Wale
Wale
don't
is
have
way
hits.
more
Wale
poetic.
got
Way
hits.
more.
Way
He got
more.
bangers.
Wale is way more poetic, but the argument that I was making about both of them and their careers is that both Wale and J. Cole, they're very much tit for tat when they get on each other's tracks. There's never been a time.
Wale ain't no sucker.
That's what I'm saying.
We
When
said
they've
that.
been on each other's songs, they've been tit for tat. One, when it comes to putting other artists on, they've done that. Wale with Meg Thee Stallion, J Balvin, David, all that.
He
J.
got
Cole has done it.
bars.
But what I'm saying is they're very much the same rapper. The only difference is that J. Cole's more of a punchline rapper and Wale is more of a poetic rapper. The only difference, like I said, is that people look at J. Cole because J. Cole's easy to digest. Wale's not a digestible rapper like
How?
that.
How is he not digestible?
What do you mean?
How is he not a digestible
Because
rapper?
because you have to really look
He's
at.
not as digestible as Cole.
He's
I'll
not.
say that. I'll say
He's
that.
not. That's
So
the
you're saying
reason.
he has a certain a certain you have
Yeah,
a
and
quiet
that's
ear for him or something?
it's not even about the certain ear. You have to go back and actually listen to it. J. Cole, you can listen to his raps. It'll still sound hard, but then when you go back and listen to it, it's still a double entendre, triple entendre. Wale, you gotta sit there for probably like 10, 15, like dang, like I really gotta sit down and look at this and reflect on the whole verse.
Okay, I won't
everything.
disagree with that. I won't
Like,
disagree with that.
J. Cole bar for bar is like, okay,
I don't know if I agree
damn.
with that. But I feel you.
That's what I'm
Only
saying.
reason I agree is because just the world is trending and the world is microwave. Everything is quick
Yeah.
clip. So anything that's easily digestible the first time you hear it is going to be, I guess, easier for you to appreciate. But
Since we talking about that,
Theo had something.
what was you about to say?
He is.
Introspective. He's way more introspective.
I mean, went to college.
You
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
it's more mainstream?
I think
more
Wale
mainstream.
went to
Wale
college
is.
too. That was crazy, but
Yeah.
Of course, I agree with that all
No,
day long.
I agree with you. But like I said, I mean, at least for me, how we look at Kendrick, Cole, and Wale, we look at Drake. Drake, obviously, he's a hit machine. We see Drake, he goes on, he puts on smaller artists. All this stuff, all the bits and pieces, the little things that we look at every single person from Kendrick, J. Cole, and Drake, Wale has done that. But we don't give Wale those flowers. Wale put on Meg Thee Stallion. Wale
know
put
about that
on
much.
J. Cole. See, but that's the problem. That's my problem.
what
with
was
it.
Wale's first 2 albums? Can you remember?
It was attention. It was Attention Deficit and Ambition.
Yeah. Ambition was solid.
Ambition was crazy.
Ambition was crazy.
no cap.
How you feel about Attention to Deficit?
Attention Deficit. It was good. It's just you could tell that it was a.
Deficit is crazy.
It was just you could tell it was a label album.
Okay.
Ambition was
His mixtape. If you put Wale's catalog, if you talk about mixtapes and albums,
His mixtape runs. His
his mixtape run is crazy.
Like
Like
Ambition
I
was
fuck with- I fuck with it.
Ambition was a classic album.
I like
during
his
that time.
mixtapes better than his albums
but that,
personally.
that's the thing. When you give Wale the freedom to rap and make him a rapidy rap nigga, he's there. He got a song with Chinks Drugs. He got a song with Fat Tro. Like he raps with the hood niggas and he gives you the sensitive stuff. Not for nothing. This is another bit of a take that people won't accept. Like Wale also was the archetype for a lot of the stuff that Drake and a lot of these niggas do now. You can't and people won't accept that. Like really think about it.
What? Ooh, okay. Nah.
he said,
I'm gonna let you know. Land your plane. Land it.
Remember
bro.
when I told you?
I'll
Remember
try-
when I told you,
I
Franky?
said left. The
Land-
left. Remember,
land-
the left is here.
Land the
The left is
plane,
here.
but I am at the gate with a sign.
Remember when I
He's
said?
waiting. He's waiting.
Remember when
So-
I said he's in his bag? This is the bag.
This is the
So-
bag.
so-
Bro started rubbing his knees. I said, you know a nigga in his bag. He said, what the fuck up? I said, now these niggas playing with my name.
So let's put it like this, right? We look at Drake, we look at Future, we look at them as like the toxic rappers, like they're like the like they're toxic, right? Wale talked about that way before anybody did. You have the manipulation 1 and 2. When we talked about when Drake made Nice for What, Wale did that for Ambitious Girl. He did that stuff with Black Girl Magic. Now, when you look at it, all the concept that Drake talks about, him falling in love and falling out of love, all that stuff Wale has talked about. Baby moms getting pregnant. Even the famous song that everybody loved on KOD from J. Cole's album. Like, oh, Kevin's Heart. Oh my gosh, you never heard something like that. Wale did that twice with Jesus Piece on The Gifted, and he did that on back in the day, like 2010 it was, on why can't I think of the name? More About Nothing with Eye the Tiger when he was talking about Tiger Woods.
Facts.
But my thing is that like, but when you really sit down and think about it, it's like, oh, Wale's this or whatever. But Wale did that shit like years ago. But nobody really gave him his flowers for it because it wasn't popular then. And that's why I said, like, when you look at it, Wale did a lot of stuff that a lot of people now do, but Wale did that years ago. It's not.
I don't think it was even that. It's just
What you think it
it ain't
was?
about who did it first. It's about who did it right.
Right. I don't think it popped with people as much as
It just didn't. It didn't
pop. It didn't
But
catch
no,
on.
now it did though. Like
No,
he's
I'm saying
he's
it-
fucking Wale, and I
Wale.
think that's a lot of like.
I'm saying it caught
He is
on.
Wale. Like he is.
But it didn't catch on as big as the other niggas that Moose is talking about, is what I'm saying.
I think that if Wale made a Kevin's Heart when J. Cole made it, I think that he probably would have made it better than J.
What
Cole.
is Wale and Drake's first song
First song that got him on the
Together.
scene?
Together.
Wale and Drake?
together?
I'm trying to think.
No, Wale and Drake's song together. Wale and I know they have Diced Pineapples. I mean, pre-Diced
that's-
Pineapples.
I think that's it.
That's what I thought. I thought it was the only record they had.
I think that's it.
Oh, that album, that record is crazy.
That's
It
Pineapple.
is
One
Dice
of
Pine-
my
yeah.
favorite.
A lot of this leads back to the guy from Canada, because Cole and Drake were buddy early.
True.
Facts.
Kendrick and Drake were buddy early.
They were.
That's a fact.
Went on the road. Label told me no. I chose Kendrick and Rocky. Not to
Yeah.
make like.
Yeah.
So what you saying? What you saying?
But Kendrick has Dr. Dre and it was just like the infrastructure
and
was.
3000, 3 stacks.
Yeah.
Drake
producing
had
this
Lil.
shit.
We just talked
Had
about
Wayne,
how
had
Drake
Wayne.
had Lil Wayne when Lil
Yeah.
Wayne was the hottest thing smoking.
Fact.
Facts.
And Wale was on a bad label for a while. Not a bad label. MMG
label
is a
for
great
him.
label. He
MMG was
was
good,
on,
but it wasn't for him. I don't think.
it wasn't.
I don't think he was
It
for
didn't
him.
fit.
It didn't fit him.
The Wale mold, bro. It was Meek is Meek. We know Meek. We love Meek. We know exactly what Meek is.
But Meek and Rick Ross fit. I think that at the time, like I say this, like Wale was definitely the rapper that put on like the Sminos, the Mick Jenkins, the Sabas for them to run. Wale was the nigga that walked so they can run. Why?
he said he tried to walk. But thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Midwest lyricism, yes. But I'm talking about, but in terms of them being able to be poetic the way that they are, Wale was there first. And I don't think that there was a space for him who he was as an entity before we have it now. Like when you look at it now, it's like you can have that because we like
it's like running quarterbacks.
Yeah. It's like the culture kind of expanded for us to have that.
Yeah.
Like Wale's pocket was very, very weird because he was a rapping ass nigga, and at the same time he's spitting poetry for women. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and at the same time, like he thugged up. Like it's Big Wale.
Yeah,
They call him
yeah.
Big
You know what I'm
Wallace.
saying? Like,
Yeah. That's not a who would you who
push up.
I mean yeah, about it. Yeah,
I'm like, yo,
you're right. Wait.
I didn't want to have to be the one that said it. I'm like, okay, all right.
Okay, that's fair.
He's talking about lyrics. He's talking about lyricists. Like
Okay, that's
these
fair.
Yeah,
I get what you mean. Okay, I get what you mean. Okay, that's fair.
Respect.
but who would be the lyricist from DMV though?
I don't put me on the spot. I'm bad.
No,
with
I'm
names.
saying he. Yeah, Glizzy. I mean, Shot Glizzy.
I
Glizzy
love
He
goes
Shot
crazy,
Glizzy.
yeah.
Shot Glizzy, the truth, man. Shout out Shot Glizzy.
So since we on this era, you know what I'm saying, with the mixtape conversation that we posted earlier today went crazy. Like people we were talking about who had the best mixtape
Niggas coming
run
crazy
ever.
at me.
It was at
You know what I'm saying?
70,000.
It's at like 70,000 for the joint. People
Mixtape
give-
run?
Mixtape run ever.
Yeah.
Like, he
Who
said
had
he
the
posed
greatest
one. Give me the
mixtape
question,
run
yeah.
of who? All right, let's put it into context of what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking about the era of 2008. How old are you, Theo? Okay,
He's in there. He's prime.
That's
prime.
fine.
He's
So
prime.
I'm
He's
saying
prime in there.
2008 to let's say 2013, right? I'm talking lyrically, music.
Yeah.
Not in hindsight now what you looking at thinking about the albums that came out back then.
But
At
we were
that
in
time,
it. We were in it.
when you was in high school, Frankie, when you was in high school too, because we graduated the same year.
Yeah.
Who was the top artist of that time?
So you talking about the top?
Wayne.
Wait, are we talking about the top artist or are we talking about the best mixtape?
Yeah,
run?
we're talking about the mix. Which one are we talking about right now?
See, that's
Either
those-
or.
Oh, no, it's two different questions. It's two different questions. It's two different questions. It's two different questions. Two different questions.
Okay,
we can
fine.
do one and the other. Do
All right, I'll ask this one first. The one I just said.
Yeah.
Who? All right, because it all goes into the same
Yeah.
conversation. Who was the top artist of that time?
Like, who'd you feel when you was walking the hallways?
Who'd
you feel like in the high school was the biggest? Who had it feel not sales? Who felt like the biggest artist? Like when they dropped, people was rapping their lyrics, whatever it may be. We're not talking about sales. We're not commercially. Like when you was walking through the hallways, who felt like the biggest artist of the time?
Half and half. Lil Wayne and then Drake.
Fair.
It was the easiest baton handoff
He's
ever.
like, nah, Theo, what you think?
Listen, I don't know if because 2012, 2008, Take Care in 2011, he wasn't there for that. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the difference in that comes in.
Okay.
Right? But Wayne, he's still saying is there because you was also there for that same time when Wayne was
Wayne was his senior.
Top of the
Yeah,
game.
that's senior year.
Wayne
for
senior
you.
way.
No, yeah, he was.
That's
No,
what
he
I'm saying.
Wayne
He
was
did.
bugging.
That's why I'm saying 8 to 13. That was like Wayne's pocket. Moose said
Maybe
that
I'm
it was
premature
easy
with the Drake.
because of
I
808s
might
and
be
Heartbreaks,
premature.
right? And My Dark Twisted Fantasies. He said,
I could be. I think I might be premature with Wayne with the Drake only because I just know because he said in high school. So I just know walking around in high school.
right.
In high school,
In high school.
nigga, when that Drake leak, fuck when the album dropped. We got the
Yeah,
Drake. We had the
yeah.
Drake leak
I also mentioned Eminem just for the record.
in 2009.
When we were in high school, 09, so he was there.
He was. I mean,
He was in
I
there.
didn't
What
feel
was
it.
doing?
Don't let them say you ain't beautiful.
Stop.
No, that's just
Recover
gonna
is-
stay.
Recovery was a hit
Recovery
album. Recovery was a hit
good.
album, but it
that
was.
song,
I wasn't listening
But
to it.
you
Respectfully,
were-
I
you
wasn't
know,
listening.
hold
No,
on.
I wasn't listening
Hold on,
to
Stack.
it.
Hold on,
You heard
hold
I
on.
love the way you lie
I
every
was.
single place
And
you
what
walk.
was the other one?
You
What was the
did.
other
You
one?
did. You did.
What was the other one? Wait, no, he had a song with Wayne too at that time on that album.
Yeah.
Oh, pick the world, I'm gonna drop it.
Why Theo picked the world up?
But no, there was one on Wayne's album too.
I know
No,
what you're
there was
talking
one on Eminem's album with
Yeah.
Wayne
It was-
on it.
I know what
Yeah.
you're talking
It
about.
was featured. It was crazy. 'Cause I remember
No, they was going crazy.
one of our coaches rapped it. One of our
Who
white
you
coaches
think got a
rapped
better
it.
verse on
It's
that?
actually,
song?
I thought it was Drop the World on
See,
your
but that's
fucking
the-
head.
Drop the World too, but there was another one.
But that's the problem. But that's the thing about M. M makes me so mad because it's like I want to be like, yo, you just a white boy rapper, get out of here.
He's an anomaly.
That's
He's
what
an
I'm
anomaly
saying.
for sure.
It's like
We'll never see that for
it's like you
In our
have
time,
the
I
best
don't
verse with, on Wayne.
Jack
You
Harlow
got
can't
running.
do that.
facts.
Don't get me started on him.
No, why not? What's wrong with Jack?
Jack is.
What is wrong with
Hold
that?
on, let's not get off track.
Yeah,
No,
okay,
I'm just.
okay.
All I said was Jack can't
Let's-
do what M like
let's-
that. What Eminem had, like no one can really
Jack is
recapture.
Jack is not good.
It was no
Nah,
love.
I disagree.
It was no love. Lil Wayne.
No
Lil
love.
Wayne
Yeah,
Eminem
yeah,
was
yeah,
no
yeah,
love. It was no love. No love. Let's stay
It was
on
that
track
one
for a
sample.
second.
What is love, baby? Yeah, was
Yeah,
that?
I remember
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I remember that.
But let's stay on track. So, all right, Eminem had a hit album during that time, but it didn't stand up to what Drake and Wayne was doing.
Not at all.
But he had a hit album during that time.
Did have a good
Fair.
album.
Us,
Fair.
A lot of people had good albums
Fair.
during that time.
Us.
And listen, the reason Franky
Speak to us.
the white people love that. So I'm telling you, the white people love
Okay.
recovery.
Okay.
But that,
Nah, that's what I'm-
no,
let me not be rude,
I
but
agree. It was a
that's
great
what
album,
that stuff was
but that
happening,
one
but-
album didn't stand up to what Wayne put out as his catalog during those years, nor did it stand up to what
Debate.
Drake
Go ahead and lie. Go ahead and lie.
So I'm going. So if you're not gonna like what I'm gonna say, but
Moose,
M,
come on, bro.
M was definitely hotter than Wayne.
But what?
At the time, you're bugging.
Even
Come
at
on,
the
stop.
time, even before that,
Eminem is not. He doesn't count.
That's not true.
he don't count.
So
but what
stop
I'm
counting him. I know you know this. No, that's what I'm saying. I know he knows this.
true.
Stop
good.
counting Eminem in this.
But
But
Franky,
what I'm
Yeah.
saying, but what I'm saying is that you got what you also have to accept.
Stop.
We also have to accept.
no, you sitting trying to say Recovery was bigger than what Lil Wayne was dropping at the time.
Yes,
Stop.
Yeah,
but
like,
what
You
I'm
lying
saying,
to yourself.
I'm talking about maybe if you talk about us as a culture, as African Americans, yeah. But when you talk to those
Stop.
white people, they're black. I'm telling you, man. that
Okay,
Eminem
No, we're
album-
talking about
well,
hip-hop.
hold on,
We're
but
talking
hold
about
on.
hip-hop.
At the same
Thank you.
time,
You're not
thank
hip-hop?
you. Like I say,
Thank you, bro.
all those white kids, because we went to school with predominantly white folks.
That's hip hop.
Lil Wayne was going all throughout the high schools, bro. Period.
That's
So-
hip-hop,
So
though.
Franky, I said all that to say this. During that time, I'm talking about Wayne was putting out. He was putting out his dedications. He's putting out his mixtapes, right? No ceilings, all that. Who was the best mixtape rapper of that era or of all time?
I didn't have an answer for that.
That's how it gets to the question.
You didn't?
It's either.
I just said Joe Budden,
You said
Gucci,
Joe Budden,
Gucci,
50 Cent.
50.
50's not a bad. 50 Cent's
Yeah,
not a
like
bad
I
thing.
mentioned people. Like I didn't have an answer for the mixtape because mixtapes
Okay.
are very like
Subjective.
It's,
It's
it's a very
subjective.
cultural
And
thing.
regional,
Yeah, it's a
regional.
regional thing.
Very
So-
regional.
yeah, so it's like
Okay, so let's take our region, the Northeast. There's a lot of heavy hitters here. A lot of heavy hitters on this side of the Northeast that are big in the rap game. A lot of them. We can go down the list.
So we counting like New York.
New York.
Yeah.
We can go all the way down to the South because we was listening to that shit too.
I mean,
to an extent.
To
an
me,
extent.
To an extent.
I know,
Because Wayne is from Louisiana.
no mixtape run impacted me like Lil Wayne's. Like no, it was,
I mean, yeah. If you want to talk about mixtape, we're just talking about
It's
origin.
bar
Yeah, you can say
none, bro.
Weezy. Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Like when I heard Georgia Bush for the first time,
oh yeah.
Georgia, that's what we call you. I said,
You hear the light? They said you mean that light flick? It's all
Georgia.
over.
That's my-
that light.
That's,
I'm saying.
that's my objective answer.
But
Bro,
what
he
I'm saying
like-
is no ceilings. When you look at the track list from top to bottom, was probably one of the best mixtapes to ever drop.
I like Dedication 2 so much
They-
better than No Ceilings, bro. I don't know why
See,
people
this is
talk
what-
about.
I
love you,
know.
Dedication 2 is
I was
just
telling
so
you,
much
I'm like,
better,
yo,
bro.
I'm not
I'm like,
disagreeing.
yo, Dedication 2
Yo,
went
Sports Center
crazy.
is
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Dedication 2
tracks like Butter with a
nuts.
bread beef.
Yeah,
I see
yeah.
beef is
I'm
dead
not
meat. Who
disagreeing
the heck
with
the
you.
president?
But what I'm
Yeah, me.
saying
Oh my God.
is that with no ceilings,
Canon remix.
I'm saying with no ceilings,
Anything on No Ceilings is better than Canon remix.
But I'm saying Wayne took all the best songs at the time and rapped over all those tracks, and it was all fire.
What bar
That's
is
why
better
I'm
than
saying it was
Simon
great.
Says shoot a nigga in his thigh
I'm
and leg
not-
until
I'm
it
not-
catch up
I'm
like
not-
mayonnaise? Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
What
to
are
catch
we
up like
talking
mayonnaise,
about?
I'm not
man.
disagreeing.
What are we
He was the realest
talking
nigga
about?
doing
I'm
it.
not
Bet that,
disagreeing with
baby.
you at all, but I'm saying No Ceilings is up there with probably some of the best mixtapes of all
I
time.
gave you my opinion on No Ceilings. I didn't like.
That Show Me
I
What
didn't
You
like
Got
half the
remix was on No Ceilings, right? Or am I wrong?
You said what's record?
Show Me What You Got.
songs.
I think so. Let me see. Let me check the track list.
Look, but that track list is
Show Me What You Got
Crazy.
is probably like that's some of my favorite Wayne, man. That
Of
might
course.
be that's peak Wayne though.
But
I
I
can't
say
say
all
that.
that to
He
say-
peaked on that shit.
But I'm saying all that to say is that point in time, like that 08 to 12, 13, Wayne had the game on lock.
08 to 13 is crazy. I would say it's 06 to like 09.
What?
06 to 09.
I think it really
You
came
said
out.
09?
I think it really
Nah.
came out.
Bro, you're
2010.
tripping. You're
Yeah, I'm
tweaking.
like, yeah,
I think it really
you
came
tweaking.
out.
Whenever,
2010.
maybe 10.
Whenever a Millie came
I
out,
think
was
maybe
was
10
peak
came
Lil
out.
Wayne.
Big Lil Wayne, bro.
Bro, he shot a video. That video
That's
is crazy, yo. Like it's and that shit is the yo man. A Millie was crazy,
A Millie was one of them ones.
and I knew every version. Like the
A
one.
Millie came out 2008.
You said what?
A Millie came out 2008.
The Carter 3?
Yeah.
It did. He's right.
Damn.
That's what I'm saying. It's like 06 to like 09, bro. Like that's why. Like
I feel like his run was longer than that
No,
though.
because I feel
Now
like
he went
in
to
06,
jail, though.
it probably wasn't him.
Yeah.
When he go to jail?
I think in
Probably
2011 when
2011.
Drake dropped his album.
When Drake, because Drake,
dropped
that's when
Take
Drake,
Care.
that's when Drake
was
went
talking
big.
about that, yeah.
When he
Drake
was
dropped
locked up.
Take Care. But I say all that to say that I think that Wayne was one of the best rappers at that point in time. I think you can't really debate and say he wasn't one of the top ones.
Yeah.
If he wasn't the top, fine, but he was definitely up there. And he had a lot of influence on the game, and he had fans. White, black, didn't matter.
What did he drop in 2010? Somebody's lying, man.
He said somebody's like, I got this. I'm looking back right now.
That's why
I'm looking
I
back
was-
right,
man. He's too right. I don't like how right he is right now. I ain't even gonna lie, I'm hating.
saying,
He say a little too
I
right.
don't be saying
I'm
nothing
hating.
crazy, man. I
I'm
know
trying
the
to-
numbers.
What is he right about?
What I'm saying is, Lil
Nah,
Wayne-
just the year, just
the year, like
Oh,
you
no,
got,
he's right about a Millie. He's right.
you got like the peaks. I
I
understand what
mean,
you're
you
saying.
said
Oh,
2009.
nah, yeah, he did. This is right. He went Rebirth. Yeah,
you're
that's
right.
when he
You-
went
I mean,
rock.
you're right.
Yeah,
Oh, 09. And then My
Right.
Beautiful Dark
You're
Twisted
right.
Fantasy came out.
Right.
And we was like, yo, Nicki Minaj had the best verse. Like, yo, like, I was a Kanye stan. Like, I used to try to dress awkward like him. Like, I used to wear the high
He
socks
had
with the
them
short
big
shorts.
ass glasses
With the big ass glasses.
with no
with
lenses
the
in
tie
them.
and the button ups. Like,
bro,
it was
in
crazy.
The backpack. My man wore the backpack everywhere. Tight
Like, I
ass
looked like a
jeans.
fusion of Lupe Fiasco and like Kanye
Kid
on like
Push
our
had
worst day.
ass.
It was bad.
Want to be
Like,
our future
Kanye
head
just
ass. I want to be Tyler Creator.
It was bad. I was down bad with the fashion, but it
You
was.
said you was down bad.
Yeah, I was down bad.
That was a
but-
bad era for you.
Oh, very bad. But not objectively.
that makes me feel better about my Drake point.
What you mean?
It just makes me feel a lot more.
When
a lot-
Kanye was hot, Drake came out, Take Care came out. That was hot 'cause we never seen that before. Yeah,
No, but because when was 808s?
808 was like 09.
09, something like that.
So that's
Yeah,
makes sense.
might have
808s was
been
09.
Yeah.
My Beautiful was what?
10.
10.
And then Yeezus came out 2012.
No,
I'm
but
saying-
see, by then it was too late. By then,
You
no,
think the
by
band from
then,
North got
by
it?
then, yeah.
That's fair.
So
By then, by
Most-
then,
most
all
people
right,
agree
right
with
now,
that.
right now, like over. All right. So you're saying by then?
and I
you
love
was-
Yeezus. Oh,
I'm about to say. I said you love users.
I love Yeezus.
So who do you prefer, like Ye or Drake musically, like in terms of like who you think has more
Kanye.
hits?
Kanye.
Okay.
I don't think. Wait. You just slipped that last part of the question in there at the very end.
Yeah, I had to.
Because the other guy.
Son.
Wait, I'm a Kanye guy musically, but Drake got more hits. I mean, that's just numbers.
Nah, you right.
Some would disagree with that.
What you mean?
Who wins the versus?
Who's disagreeing with it? Oh, who wins the versus?
Yay.
Yeah. He's going.
He watches them.
because
It's not a wash. We had this argument before. It's not
Do
a
you
wash.
think it's
bro.
a wash?
I don't
not a
think.
wash.
I think it.
He got
can't-
production for sure.
No,
but
no, y'all can't do that.
That's what I'm saying. You
Even
can't
taking
do
out the
that.
production,
You
even
can't
taking
do
out
that.
the
He said y'all
production,
can't do that.
the replay value, the replay value of a lot of Ye's songs.
That's what I'm
there,
saying.
it's there.
You like, yo,
No, he has good enough songs to just do that though. Don't give him production too. like,
I'm telling you, listen to Drive Slow.
If you put production in, it's
but
not
bro,
fair.
you
It's
can't
not
do
fair.
Drive Slow and then
Production
play
is not fair.
Lucifer. Like that's
Yeah,
crazy,
yeah,
bro.
you
Like,
right.
Nah, if you play Lose for that,
yeah, it's like
It's
come
over,
on, bro.
it's
That's
over, it's
cheating.
over. True. He does have some records that he wrote, but
Boy.
if we do production though, it's then it's a wash.
Yeah, I'm
I
like,
agree with
come
you.
on,
Then it's a
bro,
wash.
that
But if
ain't
we
bad
just
wash.
doing records where that's not
Yeah,
produced,
just do records. If we
It's-
do records.
it's different. But yo, let's jump into the Face of the Future song of the day presented by MBT Network. If you guys listen on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, click that big red subscribe button, that follow button, and tune into what we got going on. Also, click that link in our bio and the MBT Media page on IG for our Discord. Jump into the community, have a conversation, get access to new episodes early, music early, things of that nature, and tap in with us. The Face of the Future song of the day comes from Franky Hill himself, from his latest single, Bet Not Miss. Once again, this is Franky Hill, Bet Not Miss.
I know I understand it's real estate. I understand niggas gotta box other niggas out to get to what they need, but I work hard for this right here. This land is promised. I think they got shit confused. Think they mix me with dude. I still got things to prove. I would get rid of all of you. I am a solid dude, but I like my solitude. So if this is it, I got one tip. You best not miss. Come on. Better aim for the head, better empty the clip. You pushing me, okay, well the scales might tip. Hold on, you best not miss, cause I won't. You best not miss, cause I won't. You best not. Yo, look, my head in the clouds, a team on the prowl. 10 minutes out, I'm hunting you down. Ego is out, I've been keeping them down, but they drawing up lines, so I'm crossing them now. Like what? Sure, this is where you wanna be, like what? Sure that your enemy is me, like what? Sure, I can't kill you when you breathe, okay? Put the skills in the middle, we gon' add them up and show them what I mean. Hold on, saddens me, can't you see they mad at me? All I ever did was play the hands they handed me. They ain't on teams, but they let it click up fantasy. All the shit here fantasy. Niggas mad at me for being me, the irony, but I guess it's the game now. I guess I can't treat you the same. Nowhere got me so, but I'm dripping on land. Rachel, she twist me, she double the strands. I just hit Cali and double the fans. This is his plan, and I'm in here way off brand. I know a girl and she go with her hands, but she hate the clubs, cause she like to dance. So I took her to dance, then we hit the crib. Now she splitting again, fucking my stand. Accepting the credit for where my feet stand. Not taking no credit for where my feet land, cause I'm good with Elo and he got a plan. I think he blessed me, whoa man, he did it again, ho. I mean, a long way from dreams of picking roles. Shut down in DC, I'm picking flows. Like Aquaman, you are not the man, I am not a man. Only half a man, only half a guy. You don't understand, you boys underman. I got sleight of hand and the upper hand, get this boy a hand. And while you at it, get these boys a hand. Living fairy tales, talking Peter Pan, talking Neverland, talking Wonderland. I don't wanna land. On the other hand, I need rubber bands, talking cash in hand, flow different, man. This a child of the motherland in the promised land. Y'all don't want it, man. I swear. I think they got shit confused. Think they mix me with dude. I still got things to prove. I would get rid of all of you. I am a solid dude, but I like my solitude. So if this is it, I got one tip. You best not miss. Come on. Better aim for the head, better empty the clip. You pushing me, okay, well the scales might tip. Hold on, you best not miss, cause I won't. You best not miss, cause I won't. You best not.
Again, that was Franky Hill, Bet Not Miss, streaming on all platforms. That was a good joint, bro. That was a good joint.
Crazy.
Thank you.
You was telling us off air a little bit during the break about the music video, man. How'd that come about again? Just so the listeners know.
Yeah, Halby, man, shout out to white friends, man.
Fact. You gotta have them.
Well, at least one, man. It's a solid one. You know, has he said nigga? I don't know, but I hope not. Yo, what?
He definitely has.
Yo, because you gotta, if you just honest.
No, that's facts.
He definitely has.
Facts.
Come on, man.
I'm not gonna put that on my boy, but I'm just in general with white.
White people in
like,
general, they be in the mirror. You know what I'm saying that they verse their favorite rap artist come
I
on.
was
They
having
said
this
it.
talk 2 days ago, bro, with a white person. Bro, come on.
They
stop.
said it at least once.
Stop.
At least once.
Maybe not around us.
Every single
but
one.
Stop. Cut it out.
No, the video was awesome. Shout out Hobby, man. He's like, he one of them people, like, again, like I was telling y'all earlier about like how me and Cam like really enjoy what we do and like super lasered in, and then like it creates a competitive environment. That with him in film, like he walk in his house, it's just like cameras and shit.
Yeah.
Like he's just one of those, like he's got movie posters on his, like he sees the world through like literally a lens.
Yeah.
Like that's literally how he like envisions shit, and he just, it's nothing that's he don't feel like he can't make happen.
Facts.
Like it's a lot of times he'll say some shit and I'll be like, bro, like, nah, we can do it, man. I know a guy. That's what I call him. It's like, call him Hobby. He know a guy. Like we had a group chat, like how we know a guy. Like he always know a guy that got a boat or a warehouse in Camden. Like, so yeah.
We're in the warehouse in
Yo,
Camden.
shout out to Hobby, man.
Now
Like,
there's a lot of good creatives in South Jersey. Him and then there's another videographer. His name's A-Rod.
A-Rod, yeah,
He been
went
killing
to
it,
school,
bro. I be
A-Rod
following him.
goes
A-Rod
he's
goes crazy too, man.
He go
And that's
crazy, man.
That's
He's different. He's different.
That's a testament to like work.
Yeah.
And boy,
So how does it feel for you being a representative of South Jersey artists?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Do you think there needs to be a brighter light shined on that area because we kind of live in the shadow of Philly?
Yeah, I think I think Jersey need to figure it the fuck out and stop playing with each other.
How so? Explain that, because I agree. I agree.
I think the North and South need to really figure out what they want to do. I think either they gonna keep beefing and they gonna keep splitting up and it's never gonna quite work, or we gonna come together and realize that we have all of the power.
I don't think
I
people
agree.
outside
I
the
agree.
area understand exactly what you're talking about because I agree because I live in that area.
Yeah.
And when I hear people from there talk about South Jersey, I'm like, what the fuck is y'all talking about?
Yeah, facts.
know what I'm saying?
Facts.
From
They be
y'all
talking crazy. They be talking
Even
down.
from
They be talking down.
Like y'all think like we all live on a farm? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
It ain't like that.
And it ain't that exclusive. Like the homies down here, like they talk about, you know, top niggas with like, yo, it's like
Facts. Facts.
It's weird people everywhere.
Everywhere.
It's niggas. However you feel about down south, it's weird niggas like that in every state you go. Whatever. Regardless, the talent is undeniable.
Undeniable.
It is, bro.
Undeniable.
Like from top to bottom of the state.
Cash Cobain,
Bro,
Chow Lee,
Bro.
like those are my
No,
like I
keep
know
going.
that. You know
Keep
what I'm
going.
you
saying?
said
Like,
Lauren Hill. You already said. You said him.
no, but
but we're talking about new
Oh, now
school.
you talking about new school. New
even
school.
but you can do that too.
Yeah, I was going
because
back.
a
I was
lot
going
of
back
them-
till now.
A
Yeah.
lot of the older people that claim New York or just was
SZA?
in that era when New York was it, because it was rap.
But
it was from the crib.
that's what
Facts,
I'm saying.
facts.
And I think that's why there is the divide because the northern people feel like, oh, we're New York City. And then the
Yep.
south is like, we're Philadelphia. And like New York's like, oh, you can never be New York, which I agree with. Fine.
I don't.
Fair.
But it's not like we trying to rep. It's not
At
like,
all. But it's like,
Exactly.
correct. And like it's like we're all from Jersey. Like New York don't claim fucking North Jersey,
Yeah.
and Philly don't claim South Jersey.
Yeah.
So
100%.
this is Jersey.
They
we
be like,
need
oh,
to
you from
be
across
on
the bridge. Like,
Correct. You know what I'm saying? So it's just weird how that dynamic works, and I never ever understood it.
Jersey better
Never
figure
makes
it out,
sense.
yo.
No, 100%.
Because it's nuts. Because I be looking at it now of how talented we are. Like from every aspect of like creativity. You look at podcasts. You got Joe Budden. You got everybody else that's over there. You got Us Music. You got you got Cameron. You got Ant Clemens. Just from down here, like I said,
Shout
you
out,
got
Brody.
you got Cash and all them up north, and it's like, bro, it's like, can you
Guys like
just
Charlie Heat,
yeah,
those
Charlie Heat, all of them. Like, can you just like hypothetically speaking, like if we all just wanted to be corny and say let's host a conference, like, do you know what type of like crazy amount of talent we would have in just
Correct.
one room? Like, imagine if we'll just say, I just want all the Jersey creatives in here. Like, it would be nuts. The amount of people, not even from the standpoint of like us just being artists, but just executives. Things of that nature.
Yeah.
Like all of these dudes live in Jersey City. They live up north. You know what I'm saying? People that live in Philly, it's all the same thing. But like we just choose to rep people that don't even really claim us in the first place. It's like it's really wild. You know what I'm saying? All because of the fact of like of Wawas and Quick Checks. Like it's
facts.
crazy.
Proximity,
And
yo, for real.
we be taking it a step further, Frankie, because we be talking about all the time like Rutgers, right?
Yeah.
Where Moose went.
there's no way that Rutgers shouldn't be a powerhouse program in football because of how much talent we have here in state. It doesn't make sense. We talk about it all the time. In order for Rutgers to be good, which they're finally getting to, they have to capture the state of New Jersey, bro, because there's so much talent. You can't be letting people that are here go elsewhere.
Everybody think they gotta leave to make shit pop.
That can't happen.
But it's not even just from a sports standpoint. Because when I was working for the state still, that was a big conversation, a big talking point they would have in Jersey, where it's like, yo, like we need to bring younger people here. Like younger people leave. Like younger people just leave.
It's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like they go to metropolitan areas. They go to New York. They go to Philly. They go to Houston, DC, DMV area. They just leave because for whatever reason, Jersey is just not an attractive spot. But you have places like you have J&J. You have you have J&J. You have big company, you have Inspira, you have a lot of big companies
you
that
have Teva, you have Merck, you have the pharmaceutical company.
Yeah.
This is the pharmaceutical capital.
Yeah.
This is the healthcare capital.
But it's like none of the young
Yeah.
people want to stay, and that's just such a weird thing because it's like, for example, if you go to like Cali, is I'm assuming like a lot of young people stay over in Cali. And because Jersey wants to essentially be the next California in a sense in a lot of ways of how they move progressively, it's just weird that like a lot of young people don't want to stay here. I don't know. That's just my political abstract rant.
It's that Northeast shit, bro, because like you said, California is different. You know, you go out to the West Coast, it's palm trees and sunshine.
Facts.
Here it's fucking snowing, it's cold
grit,
as fuck
though.
outside.
It's
It's
grit.
different. It's a different kind of vibe that I feel like not everybody really maybe wants to go through that or wants to live in it. You know what I'm saying? So it's different.
Yeah.
Facts.
Now that's a fact. With that being said though, like I mean, being in South Jersey, navigating through industry, how's it been as like an indie artist just trying to navigate and make it though? Like we never really touched on that. Like what have been like some of your harder like obstacles when trying to like take it to the next level? Like you have like we can all say like regionally like you have a name. You feel me? Like people in South Jersey, New York, Philly, like people know who Franky Hill is. What's been the hardest part like navigating this industry that's like I said earlier, like trying to make music a certain way, fit the trends that are going on, or just trying to take advantage of indie artists and deals and things of that nature?
I've never existed in that space.
Okay.
I've never felt that pressure at all, honestly.
Okay.
I mean, I know it's probably like a trash answer, but like I've never really existed where I felt like I was trying to do something that wasn't me.
Okay.
Like I've evolved with the times. Like I'm more melodic now, but I was always melodic when I really reflect on my life. And I think like, cause a lot of shit that I do in my future, or like not my future, but in my present, always has a callback somewhere deep in my past. So nothing really surprises me. I just think we're all supposed to evolve. I think everything's supposed to get better. It's just how it's supposed. I haven't really like. Y'all heard me earlier. Like, just, I like water. Like, I'm really like.
I like water.
You my guy though for that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when I really think about it, like, I have a very kind of direct view on, like, I think the nuance is very simple. Like, the fact that nuance is black and white to me. Like, it's supposed to exist. So, all that shit, man, I don't fall into that, bro, because there's too many success stories of niggas doing it how they wanted to do it.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I mean? How they wanted to do it. And not and then you supposed to early on, like I said early on, you supposed to want to be your favorite artist, man.
I agree with
What else
that.
you supposed to want to do?
That's facts.
You're supposed to grow out of that. So.
I do got a
We
question.
got to bring him up deal this summer,
I
man.
do got a question for you. I've been thinking about.
No.
He said the long run to come.
Nigga hit this.
He
and
said-
let's go.
He said this, rub the knees.
Yeah, he's in his bag.
He's in there.
He's in his bag.
No, I do got a question because I was thinking about this the other day. So you listen to Yachty's album, right?
I didn't.
I did.
What did you think about it?
I think that was his. I'm not gonna say it was a bad project, but I think that was experimental. You know how every artist has a project where they're like, all right, let me just try some new shit out. I think that was that, but I thought it was okay. First listen, I listened to it like once through.
Yeah, I mean you
No,
have
you're
to.
good.
I mean you have to trip out to listen to it. I don't do those kinds of drugs, so it was
Yeah,
good
that's
to
what it's
me.
experimental.
Yeah, but so my question has to be, I've noticed that in the hip hop space, I feel like we get a lot more praise for doing things that's outside of hip hop than actually pushing hip hop the way that it needs to be. And my question for you, for you as a rapper, I just wanted your opinion on why does the culture give us more praise for doing stuff outside of hip hop than for us giving us the actual praise for being like hip hop to the core?
When When you say outside of hip hop, what do you mean?
So like Yachty's album was a very experimental rock album that you need to listen, like you need to eat shrooms to actually like listen to.
for
You
sure.
know what I'm saying? And for a lot of times, even with Drake, about how he can make a hit single by singing and not just rapping. And a lot of times, our culture as hip hop, we give those artists 10 times more praise.
I think you just answered your question.
What is it?
I think that's a word. I think we conflate hip hop and culture all the time.
Explain that. Explain that.
All the time.
Okay.
Because Yachty is culture, but he's not. Right.
You think he
Yachty raps.
Yachty is culture though. He's not
He's
wrong.
culture.
He's not
He is
wrong at
culture.
all.
Yachty is culture.
Yachty is culture.
You don't think he raps?
He is. He is present. You just told. I didn't hear the album, but from what
You
y'all
just-
just
you just
described
said-
to
you just
me,
said, yeah.
he did.
He
I
wasn't
don't-
rapping on it.
That's what I was going to ask you. Was he rapping on the album?
Not at all.
Not at all. It was on some trippy like.
But we only care about Yachty because he used to rap, or he was just a part of culture.
Yeah.
No matter
He
what
was
you
a
classify
trendsetter,
his
you know
music,
what I'm saying?
however you classify whatever music he made, he was a part of culture. And he wrote all the rap. Man, Yachty, we know
wrote a
what
lot of
Yachty- we
stuff,
know what
City
Yachty
Girl
do.
stuff, all that
Yeah,
stuff,
City
you know what I'm
Girl,
saying?
He also had a very, very good album.
He
Last
did.
album, Michigan Boy Boat went very crazy, but that's different.
But I'm not even the biggest Yachty fan, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I am. But I
100%.
know niggas who are attached to the culture. Like, if I can tell, like, yo, all right, it's you making way too much movement, like you doing something that's worth it to somebody. So,
I wasn't
facts,
a
facts.
Yachty fan either, but I listened to that. I listened to it start to finish. I was like, oh, like he tapped in.
nah, he went crazy.
He
on
went-
that Chance album too.
He went crazy on that Chance album too. But that's my thing though. It's like for him, it's like I guess the whole thing I'm looking at is that I don't know why we always were looking for acceptance for being more than what we're already great at doing.
Like Kanye West.
You said, do I like Kanye West? Yeah, but I mean,
music.
Does he?
Yeah,
Stop
music.
playing like you just. Oh yeah, I like Kanye. You just
But
stand
that's
for
literally
Kanye.
what. Every not every genre, but hip hop needed lightning rods.
Facts.
Hip hop is a lightning rod.
that's fair.
Hip hop is a lightning rod. Like it was birth. What are y'all niggas doing?
Yeah.
That's fair.
Facts. He's not wrong.
It's literally so. But that's what I'm saying. Like hip hop birthed a culture. Hip hop birthed a culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then from that culture, we started doing a whole bunch of shit that we kind of like. It was like hip hop adjacent, but it ain't quite hip hop.
yeah, I
Like,
get
you don't
what you
gotta
mean.
rap or be a part of culture, but we know the hip hop culture. You feel what I'm saying?
I get what you mean.
I think that allows room for all of that.
Facts. And let me just to piggyback on your question. You saying like the culture, hip hop. I mean, why is it okay for like other genres like rock to have like soft rock, hard metal, screamo, that type of things, but we can't have subdivisions of hip hop like where it's have these little yachties or trippy reds, things of that nature, where they be doing other wild shit. Why is that not okay?
Nah, I think.
What'd you say, Theo?
That's what they are. But that's what I'm saying though. We hip
I
hop
see what
such a.
you're saying. I see what you're
They are
saying.
older, but I'm saying with evolution in the age of
You
hip hop,
evolved by 50.
yeah, you're gonna have different subdivisions. That's what's happening right now. But I think it's just the older generation that's not
I
accepting
see what
it,
he's
though.
saying.
I get what he's saying.
No,
I
but
get what he's saying.
I mean, I don't know about rock, so I don't. I'm curious to know if the older rock purists were happy when
True.
these new subgenres.
I mean,
came
I've
along.
heard a lot of rock people
Absolutely,
say
they
Nickelback.
were.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Okay,
Like,
okay, okay,
Like they
okay,
hate,
okay.
I think
like
that
they hate
exists.
Nickelback
I
for.
just-
I don't know why. I don't know why. But
Some
they
people just. There's people who would,
Shit.
no matter how many threes LeBron James shoot, it's
Yeah.
people who tell you that he's never going to be, like, never going to be. Like, you say, yo, so if he win the next 8 chips, he going to be better? No. Like, so
No.
it's like,
He lost
like,
this
it's
many times,
nostalgia,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah,
and
niggas
it's-
be dying on
it's-
those hills that are just crazy
it's
because
nostalgia
it
and
was
it's
during their
love.
time and they can't accept the fact that LeBron is just that fucking guy.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't matter what you want to
We
say.
never see
about
anything
it.
like you, bro.
It's like you have to find things. You literally have to
He about to
find.
say so. Yeah.
So
You're no.
Oh man.
He said
when I
guard
said-
him.
So
Put a
when I
muzzle
said-
on him.
So when I was saying that about Future like 1 or 2 weeks ago, I was crazy
About what? What'd you say about Future?
about how Future's one of the best.
About Future what?
I love to see when a nigga got smoked. He got smoked.
When Future said what?
When I said that Future's one of the greatest artists of our generation.
First of all, no. Hold on, Frankie. Because here's the thing. We didn't disagree with him.
Hold on, Frank.
We didn't disagree with him at all. So what are you talking about?
I know. I just wanted to be annoying.
We didn't disagree with
But
you
no,
at all.
but
We
no,
agree
but I was being annoying. No, I was being
with
annoying.
you.
But it goes to the point because I was actually having a conversation with people about this because it was like one of the things I was expressing is like Future's a great artist, but part of the issue with hip hop is that people don't respect the South the way that they should, and people don't really respect trap music as a genre the way they should.
I agree with that.
That's what I'm trying to say.
If you go to the East Coast, the way that people, East or West Coast people don't respect.
Not in our era, bro. This isn't the 90s.
Wait.
I get what he's saying, but not in our era, bro.
All right, listen. All right, so look, if we all in our top 10 rappers, 3 Stacks is gonna be in there for us, right?
I think for a majority of people.
For people who are tapped in, people are going to put in 3 Stacks. Look at the Billboard. Look at, obviously, we don't take them, but look at Billboard. But that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying,
in the East Coast, they're putting 3 Stacks in their top 10. They might even think about.
They're not thinking. Even if you go to top 15, top 20. They probably not thinking of Jeezy. They're not thinking about Southern artists.
Who's not thinking of Jeezy?
I'm saying East Coast.
But that's what we're saying.
Oh no!
Who are you talking to? Who is your demographic?
Who is your demographic?
Don't yell at me.
You in the,
it's not me.
You talking about us not being in the suburbs and farms? You be in the farmland. That's where you be at.
I was talking about mixtape, like Young Jeezy.
That's
what I'm trying to say.
I'm talking about when we expand it to culture. I don't think a lot of people are going to put in a lot of Southern rappers.
I don't know why you say that.
Just say 3 Stacks. Don't put in Jeezy because Jeezy had the mixtape. Jeezy was one of the mixtape balls his shit was crazy during that time.
But even if you do that, my thing is that if you're going to put in Andre, you're going to have to put in Big Boy too. You got to put in Outkast.
But
no one's debating that.
But I'm saying, Mills,
when you think of top 5, even top 7, 8, 9, 10, you can put in arguably a lot of people put in a lot of East or West Coast rappers before they put in Southern rappers.
And they're not saying 3 Stacks. I agree. They're not. They're not putting 3 Stacks in their top rappers.
Yeah. Well, and
you know what I'm saying?
That's fair, but people don't look at it like that. But what does Tupac claim? Oakland, West Coast.
Yeah, no, but they
Of course,
rap got
I agree with
polarized
you.
though.
Yeah, rap got polarized.
But he claimed Oakland. He's on record saying, "I claim Oakland." That's where I'm repping. That's what I'm repping.
I disagree.
I agree. I get what he's saying because they don't know.
If he was born in the 90s,
no.
You think
He's saying after.
all right,
The newer
2000s
generation.
We-
You say the newer generation, like 2000 on. They're not.
Is
They didn't
Pac
grow
and Biggie
with
in your top 10?
Big is Pac isn't for me. Pac just for me. I adore Pac. For,
I don't know if he's in mine either.
I
if I'm
adore
being
Pac
honest.
for like.
I don't know if he's in mine.
That's
What
not
he
a
was.
that's not a
Nah,
bad
for
take.
what-
I'll
That's not
put
a bad
Big in
take.
there.
I was curious.
For what Pac
Probably
for what
put Big
Pac
in there.
means again to culture,
Culture.
like literally, like what he means to like our people and just the fights he fought, bro.
Yeah.
Like that for me, like that you can't replicate that. You can't.
Exactly.
But for me, like just on a technical, like his storytelling was awesome. His songs were great, but it was something not lyric. Because I don't want to say like he's not a bad lyricist, but it was just something lyrically for me that I felt like when I heard it just wasn't what I was used to. And also I'm an East Coast baby.
100%.
Okay, so-
My first album was a Jay-Z album. Like,
So Frankie, let me ask you because we had this debate on our last season.
yeah.
If they wouldn't have passed away, who would have been a bigger star between Pac and Pop Smoke?
Between Pac
And Pop Smoke.
and Pop
Tupac
Smoke.
and Pop Smoke. Who would have been a bigger star if they hadn't died?
It's Pop. It's Pop.
You said Pop Smoke.
It's Tupac.
It's Pop.
Hands down.
No, I think I'm going Tupac.
It's Tupac.
Pop.
It's Tupac hands down.
It's Pop.
What was your reasoning for Pop though? Like,
See, this was a very fried
rest his
conversation.
soul, too.
It was a very fried conversation
Yeah,
when we
that
had
was
this.
his soul.
There was
No,
a,
it was not.
That was fried that they go back and look at the tape.
Yo, no one.
you trying to blame it
No
on
one
that?
can collectively recall what happened.
I remember exactly what I said that day.
he remember what he wanted to remember.
I said at the time, right? Because of where Tupac and Biggie were and where hip hop was as a culture, I said there was a certain threshold that Biggie and Tupac could have reached, not because they weren't stars, not because they weren't big, but not even because they died, because of where hip hop was as a culture.
Yeah, the cap.
So even at Tupac at his
No.
apex, it's not to say that he wouldn't have been big. If you would have put him in the 2000s, I would have said that he would have been a lot bigger. But I'm saying that for him, because of where they were
full of
at,
shit.
I'm
He
not.
wasn't that big.
I'm fighting that
Pop-
only because Pop Smoke's whole existence is based off
50 Cent.
Fuck 50.
Oh, I was about to say, not too much.
No, it's not. It's not 50 Cent.
yeah.
I'm not even talking about that. His whole existence is based off the back of Pac. Like there is no Pop Smoke without Pac. Literally,
I get that.
they're literally martyrs. Him and Biggie Smalls are martyrs. Like when they died, Pac exploded. Like
and to what you said, Frankie, he had such a hold on the culture. He was so much bigger outside of rap than Pop Smoke was. I think it's not even a conversation.
If Pac could have been Pac after Pac died, this sounds fucking nuts. And I sound like I'm high, and I ain't high. If Pac could exist today after
he'd be a fucking star.
After Pac's unfortunate demise, like if he could have lived in a post-Tupac world somehow, like that Pac, and he was been running around right now.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say.
He would be
Are you
fucking
kidding me?
star for the culture. He has such a hold on the culture.
Think about how Biggie was without everything that's going on right now. The movies,
right?
Notoriety, star power.
The rim.
Those what you mean?
And I love Pop Smoke. That boy
yeah,
was a
he was gonna be a star.
That's my
Pop
point.
Smoke was gonna be a star. No disrespect to Pop. Like, I rest the dead, but
put Pop Smoke in the same class with Tupac. When Tupac had movies, he had music, he had philanthropy.
And how old is he? 25.
Production. And he
about how
was
young that is.
24 when he died.
24, 25. Like,
How old was Pac when he dropped Dior?
bro, you talking about?
Move, stop.
I'm about to take the headset off.
You know what
I'm about to take the headset off.
This nigga went
This
from
what we gotta deal with.
This nigga went from Wale wrote this shit. There wouldn't be a Drake without Wale. So what happened when Dior?
And here's my thing. And here's my thing. I'm not even saying that Pop would have been the best if he hadn't died. But you said Pop Smoke, and I'm like, Tupac would have been bigger than Pop Smoke in today's world.
And Pac
Even bigger than Pop Smoke would have been if he was alive making music.
Pac was an anomaly, bro.
Tupac was a star.
I see where y'all coming from.
Pac was an anomaly.
He said, "I see where y'all coming from."
But again, you know, that's just.
And rap is pop. That's kind of my point. Rap is popular because of Pac. So it's like,
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, Frankie, give me your top 5 rappers of all time. Write them down.
I'm doing orders. Jay Lauren, Kendrick, Jay Lauren, Kendrick. Yikes! This is where it always just gets tough for me. Kanye.
Okay. Five is a weird number.
All right, give me 10.
10's a lot. Just give
10's a lot.
Give me 7. Give me 7.
Nigga,
Give me
that's
7.
harder.
Give me 7.
Nah, I'm gonna give you 5.
He'll give you 5.
I might not.
It's cool. It's just
No,
preference.
because for me, because favorite, like you got really like impact on life. Like
Yeah, it's biased.
I'm saying, give me your
if
top
you
5
do impact
favorite.
my life, but he's not. Nah.
No,
Nah,
what
I
I'm
don't-
saying
nah,
is,
he's just not. He's not.
What
one
I'm
of my
saying,
It
five.
killed me. I
If
just
you
say
had-
make my
if you
top
had-
bull.
No,
personally.
If you
wait,
had-
why you want him to be my 5? Hey, what? I do. Yeah, nigga, he's awesome, but he's just not my 5.
what,
Biggie was awesome too. He not my 5. I would not use him my 5.
this is what I'm saying, Frankie. If you had 5 rappers, listen to for the rest of your
that's
life.
not. Yes, it is true. Yeah, nigga, yes, I live now. Yeah, nigga, I listen to more. Nigga, and I probably listen to more fucking, I don't know, Bruno Mars than Michael Jackson, but I love Michael Jackson more. Nah, I don't. Nah, I ain't gonna give you that.
No, you don't. You definitely
Yeah, I don't listen to more Bruno Mars.
Frankie,
than Michael Jackson.
I
But
don't
I
think
probably
Michael
heard
Jack-
more Bruno Mars.
Personally, I don't think Michael Jackson got a bad record. I can't name a bad Michael Jackson song. How many artists can you say that about?
Bad.
No, but Frankie, what I'm saying is, your 5 rappers to listen to for the rest of your life. You could only
Yeah,
find 5.
I'm definitely going Lauren J, Big, Kendrick. And I don't know who my 5th would be, honestly. I don't know who, if I had to listen to somebody for the rest of my life.
Kendrick is the GOAT.
Kendrick is. I'm
different.
I'm slowly getting ready to, and as a Jay-Z fan.
You about to put him above?
He has to be in the conversation.
He's in the combo.
He has to be.
He's in the combo.
He has to be.
Why not yet?
If whatever album he drops after this,
No, I'm here because I was there on this last one, and now
whatever album he drops after
It's
this,
gonna be good.
if it's another 10 out of 10,
Yeah.
if
This
it's even
project you
yeah.
just dropped, I would.
if it's even
That's what
an
I'm
8
saying.
out of 10,
But what I'm saying is, I think with his last album,
ridiculous, right?
he was
like
allowed.
it's actually crazy.
I'm
Catalog-
saying,
it's like
no,
Mahomes type
I'm
shit.
saying, Frankie, he was allowed to make the music he wanted to make himself and do the production and do everything, and it was a masterpiece. I think if he can get another opportunity to do that, it'll be hard to leave him out of the conversation.
Who you talking about, Kendrick?
Yes.
No,
Because
I
his
agree.
last album,
I mean, that's what he got.
was nuts.
It was nuts.
You
Nah.
talking
was
about
all-
Damn or Mr. Morale?
Mr. Morale.
And I'm saying,
Mr.
but it was
Morale,
all
top
him.
to bottom was
I think if he
bro,
has
it was worth the wait.
if he has full
Period.
reign on his production, on his whole album, if he has full reign like he did his last one,
Why you think he won't though?
No, he will.
I'm like, yeah, he will.
Yeah.
I'm saying when he does, but when we get it in 10 years,
that's
we don't
what-
know.
yeah, that's
We're not gonna get it. I think you'll hit the next
We don't
one.
know.
I think
But
he'll
here,
hit the next three.
but if you know everything that was happening
Yeah,
with
10's too
TDE,
much,
if you
bro.
know
So,
everything
like,
that was
three,
going on with TDE, them beefing, all the other stuff like that,
course.
that plays a very
Of
big
course.
role.
Yeah.
And so
Huh?
No, I don't agree with that.
What you mean?
That's like cultural status. That ain't got
We
nothing
should
to
have
do
got
with
Theo
rap,
and Mike
bro.
for this pod too.
No, that don't got nothing to do with you as a rapper.
so
But
Who you put
I
on.
got another crazy. Not
I
crazy.
think PG Lane about to go crazy.
It is.
Just
I got another
respect Dave
take.
Free to the max.
No, I hold Jay-Z high because Jay-Z is the greatest rapper to ever live.
So I have a.
And I agree with you on that.
He don't agree.
I agree with that. Sorry.
No, that's
said,
not
"Who
what
you
I
think
said.
better
Who you think's better than Jay-Z?
That's not what I
Wale.
said.
Wale.
Yo, no, I said.
think
no,
Wale-
You
Wale's
said you asked when was Jay-Z ever the top rapper? You
I said
started
he never
naming-
was. Said he never was.
Explain.
I said he was never.
96,
I said he never was because you had no wait because you had Nas, you had 50, you had Luda, you had Outkast,
DMX too.
you had DMX.
Okay, but
Then
look
you
at,
had Ye.
look at the numbers from those times.
Listen, this is
Like,
like,
come on.
because words are beautiful. Listen to the words you saying.
Yo, this is crazy.
He said, listen.
Listen to the amount of niggas you've named that have come and gone while he still has been.
Mm.
You said had, and then
Yes.
you had,
But that's
and then
what-
you had,
But
and
that-
then you had.
But that's also why I
said
said.
you
That's why I
had?
said
Yeah.
now when you want to talk about probably like
Hov
the
did-
2020s.
oh, my bad.
The 2020s
Stop.
like up until now. No, actually no, probably a little bit earlier. But
Stop. Moose.
2020.
Yeah,
That's when
yeah,
you
yeah,
found out
yeah,
he was the
yeah,
best
yeah,
rapper.
yeah, yeah.
Hold up. And like I say, look,
But what
when
I'm
he
saying
dropped,
is when you look at every single year or two, it wasn't like Jay-Z was bad and he was just this trash. No, it wasn't that. It was never that. It was just, yo, Jay-Z is great. But at the same time, it's like, yo, Jay-Z's a great rapper. But damn, that My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Nah, it's
or
cap.
damn,
Let me tell you why.
Illmatic.
Let me
Or
tell you.
damn,
I'm looking
it's
to the
this,
main
it's that.
camera.
Let me give you my
In my
opinion.
lifetime,
Where's my other camera?
Was it volume 2? I might be.
Hard Knocks.
Can I get my opinion?
No, I don't agree.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
We go down this hole.
I don't agree with that. We go down this hole. We want to talk about it.
I'm not rolling.
Because there's
If
some
you wanna
rappers
talk
that.
about- If you want to talk about it, Drake should not be in your top 5. Kendrick should not be in the top 5.
God, that's who I forgot. Lil Wayne. God damn. Lil Wayne.
Yeah, Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne. I'm sorry.
No,
Lil
but what
Wayne.
I'm saying,
God damn, Lil Wayne.
Drake shouldn't be in the top 5.
Nah, this
Kendrick shouldn't be in the top 5 conversation.
Your theory is shouldn't be
No.
the
Yeah,
top
nah, that's
five.
I don't
No.
Drake should not be in the top 5, and Kendrick should not be in the top 5
Nah,
conversation
dude,
ever.
that crown is royal.
This
But then if that's your conversation, Kendrick, any conversation where they say Kendrick is a top rapper, he's top 5 greatest ever, you have to replace him with Lupe Fiasco.
no.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Why you go to Lupe first for like
Yes.
Kendrick inspiration?
Yes.
No.
Don't do that.
Finish your point, Moose.
Like over Corrupt, Eminem, like all
Finish
over
your
all
point.
of the
I'm
obvious
saying
ones.
no,
He's
what I'm
shooting
saying-
from deep
Finish
right
your point,
now.
Moose. Finish
It's
your
not.
point.
It's
Finish
not.
your point.
What I'm saying is he's saying that he can't put people in certain places if another rapper's responsible for them.
Yeah, that's
What
a
a-
bad take.
yeah,
That's
but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. My conversation about it is if you're gonna do that, you have to look at the conversation where Kendrick would not be where he is if it wasn't for Lupe, whether you want to accept it or not.
I don't know if I agree with
I think it's the Lupe. I think you're right. I just think you need like another.
You
like,
need
test
another.
subject.
Yeah,
No, it's not. It's not.
Why you going with Lupe though?
Because Lupe.
And I love Lupe, but like they
No,
had like
it's not.
it's direct, almost competition. Well, not direct.
Nah.
No, because
Not
they
really,
both have the same exact content in a lot of their songs. They have a lot of like in terms of, for example, Daddy Issues, Father Time versus He Say She Say. You have conversations. There's a lot actually. There's a lot about consumerism versus this dick ain't free. There's a lot. I could go down the road, but when you look at it, it's like my thing is if you're gonna talk about Kendrick, I think that Kendrick has very much directly took a lot from Lupe. People won't ever really admit that, but that's a different conversation. That's what I'm saying. It's a bad take. Like you can take that and flip it the way you want to.
Oh, brother.
You're not gonna listen to that because you don't know. You were telling me that Lil Wayne was the best rapper at the time. Lupe Fiasco dropped freaking The Cool. Like, we're not gonna have this conversation.
Because people, especially when you lived. Hold on, especially
Don't do it with me. Don't do it.
People where
Don't
you
do it.
lived and grew up
Don't do
wasn't
it.
bumping Lupe the way they
Don't
was
do
bumping
it.
Wayne.
That's
Nobody where we lived was
Like,
bumping
stop
Lupe
playing.
besides
Because
you.
they was doing because they was bumping coke in the fucking bathroom. That's
And they was
why.
bumping Wayne. That's what they was doing lines and bumping Wayne.
Those
Yeah.
people
And
exist, man.
That's what I'm trying to say, bro.
I'm saying
They have feelings
Missing the
too.
point, Moose. I'm not saying that the music itself wasn't better than Wayne. What I'm saying is, who had a hold on the game at that time?
Bro,
It was Wayne.
but that's not even what I'm talking about, though. Let's do different combos. You're talking about the biggest person. I'm talking about the fact of.
But you just said that Lupe's album was better than anything Wayne dropped at that time. You're saying that. I'm
Lupe
saying
Fiasco-
in high school at the time, niggas was bumping Wayne no matter who was putting out an album.
I was bumping The Cool.
You were.
Nah, niggas was bump. The Cool is a great album.
That is a
No, it is.
masterpiece.
You're missing the
Food
point.
and Liquor is a great album.
You're missing the point of what I'm saying. You're
But-
missing the point is that
Don't make me be a hater tonight.
no,
No,
you already
don't
been
make
a
me be a
hater.
hater.
You already
Great
been a
album.
hater.
No,
You already-
don't
you
make me
been
be a
there.
hater.
You
No,
been
because
there.
no, I become a
Most-
hater, you're gonna be mad.
Great
Most-
albums aren't always
what
the
I'm
most
saying
impactful.
is
though.
Thank you.
They
I'm
aren't
not-
the
They
most
Thank
not.
you. That's
But
all
my
we
point
saying.
is, what Theo
Yeah,
said.
no, but we have to. That was I don't know what
That's-
Theo
that's
talking
why
about.
I'm
I
saying
love
what I'm
Theo.
saying.
That is a bad
That's
take.
a bad take.
That's
That is
why
a
I'm saying what I'm
terrible
saying. That's why I said what I said. It was never about the fact of, yo, like, this is what we have in the conversation. But what I'm saying is, if you're gonna use that take,
Yeah, if LeBron's
I
son
go pull shit
winning
from
8
outer space.
championships, I'm saying he better than LeBron.
Thank you.
If he go win 8 and scored
And LeBron produced
85,000
him.
points, I don't care who taught him how to shoot a layup.
Can we get back on the Jay-Z is the greatest rapper and why?
oh yeah, I said that Jay-Z was great. I never denied Jay-Z's greatness. But at the time, when you want to look at people who dropped albums, it was like, yo, like there was just stuff that was better. And it's not that he was bad. It's like saying like, yo, Jay-Z's an 8.5, 9, but there was just 10s.
Okay, I agree.
That's
with you.
how I look at it.
I agree with you, but
look at it.
hold on, Theo. Hold on.
That's
Theo.
not how I look at it.
Hold on.
He started scratching the head. He's like, what
But-
is this man talking about?
Could I also say
I could be wrong, but
that?
hey.
Could I say that there are certain artists that are in a different sort of dimension than what you could compare them to in the mainstream? What I say is meaning this: no matter what's happening in the game, what's hot, what's new, or what's not, when Jay-Z drops, Jay-Z is consistent to Jay-Z's sound. So it doesn't matter what's hot or not in the game. When Hove drops, it's hot shit no matter what. No matter who's the best in the game right now, when Hove drops, it's fucking Hove. That's a Jay-Z so stop playing.
That is a Jay-Z. Yeah, you're not wrong.
You know what I'm saying?
Nothing what you said.
So it doesn't
But
matter.
what I'm
if
saying
you
is
say
you're
he
not
wasn't the
wrong.
best. But when Hove drops, when 444 drops in 17, niggas is bumping that shit. No
And
matter
a lot of
what.
and you know what else? And you know what else they was talking about? They was bumping. I don't really care if you cry. That's exactly what they was bumping.
They were, but I'm
But
saying.
what, yo? All the young kids was not bumping 444, bro. It was an old man
I
album.
can agree with that.
They was bumping Lil
I can
Uzi.
agree with that.
is old head music now too.
Facts.
But what I'm saying
The
is,
rap we talking
no,
about is old head
no.
music.
But I say that to say this. I say that Jay-Z is timeless greatness. Doesn't matter when he drops.
But you can make the argument that most of the people that I was talking about made timeless music too. So it's not like I get what you're. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Ooh,
it's-
my nigga.
No, I think
Illmatic.
niggas make
Illmatic.
timeless music. No. But I think that's not the argument.
Yeah.
I don't think
On a
the
level
argument
like Hov,
is did
though,
other
what I'm
niggas
saying.
make great music. Like
From
yeah, he wasn't
Reasonable
just the
Doubt
only
to the
nigga
Black
making great
Album
music.
to the Blueprint 3 to
Other
444.
Other
you know what I'm
niggas
saying?
made great music, but I think Hov just displayed a level of consistency. He displayed a lifestyle, and on top of all of that, he was the best. He was the best at the drug game. He was the best at drug rap.
But
It was introspective, multi-dimensional drug rap. This shit.
You're not wrong.
I hate to reference Rick and Morty again, but it was some Rick and Morty levels drug
That shit was
rap.
created in the lab.
Yo,
No, but
bro,
you're not wrong. Like, I'm not disagreeing that Hov was not great and he didn't make timeless music. What I'm saying is, at the time, also consider the fact of, yo, Hov has always been, because it's the, you know what? It is the Patrick Mahomes, the LeBron James effect with MVPs. They're great. They always do great, right? Consistently. But what happens is that when you have the shiny new toy that comes in, when you have the shiny new narrative that comes in, what happens is that, yo, we love it. It's, oh my gosh, it's the best thing. It's the best thing that ever happened. Hove has like I'm not saying Hove is bad.
Though. You know you making my point. Yeah, you got him
I'm
out
not-
there.
Yeah,
You got him
yeah,
out
yeah,
there.
So make
You're
it
not
mine
wrong.
too.
But what I'm saying is, yo, once again, it's like saying, yo, people will look at Hove as, yo, Hove has dropped an 8.5 9 project. But most of the people will be like, yo, when you look at 50 Cent, this nigga dropped a 10 out of 10 album.
Hey,
But
bro,
when you look at a Ludacris,
Have you heard the Black Album?
I have. That's my
Bro,
favorite. That's my favorite Hove
Have you
album.
heard the Blueprint?
I think Hove
Yes.
is like a Ralph Lauren.
Have you heard
He's
Reasonable
hot
Doubt?
no matter
Yes.
what.
So,
That's
like,
what I'm
this-
saying.
But
These
what?
are not 10s to you?
But that's
No,
not.
they're not. They're not. That's what I'm saying.
But that's
my
not.
point.
I'm not saying it's not a 10 to me. What I'm saying is when you look at what people will look at, people are like, yo, when you're good for a while, people are gonna be like, we expect that from you. It's like it's always gonna be like, all right, like Hove always gonna drop Hove music. But at the same time, when you have Hove dropping Hove music, you have, yo, Outkast coming out with what they were coming out with. You had Ludacris coming out who they were coming out. You had 50 coming out what they're coming out with. It was good, and it was different for them to be like, oh, shit, this shit is hard.
Hey,
this shit is different. That's my argument.
Who the better rapper right now, Drake or Glorilla?
I'm not going to hold you.
And I know. Theo, I love Glorilla.
No, I get what you mean.
Someone's always going to exist in that white hot space of I'm the hottest shit
Right now.
But equally at the same time, sometimes, and let me not say now because now is a little bit different. But I would say previously, a lot of the time, a lot of the very, very hot shit was also very, very good rapping ability.
All right. I mean,
Yeah, it was other good niggas, yeah, but
But that's
he was
my
the
best.
best.
I feel like once again, I said this before, but I think a lot of times when we collectively just give people the title of something, when somebody comes in with another argument that disproves that, it's like, yo, we just can't. You can't.
didn't
you can't
disprove
think
it, though.
You can't.
You
think
didn't
the same
disprove
thing
a
as
goddamn
Drake.
thing. You didn't disprove
It's
my
like,
point.
it's like the Jordan LeBron argument, right? We know Jordan has 6 rings. We know Jordan is we collectively have agreed Jordan was the best. But every single time there was a new nigga, I'm not saying there's a new LeBron every year, but the LeBron came in. LeBron has been so good at certain things. It's like, or John Morant. It's like, it's like, yo, it's like,
these niggas
no.
and they don't win.
But the same argument though, we still keep Jordan in the conversation the same way we keep Hove in the conversation.
But
Yeah.
that's my point.
we're
It's not
talking-
saying Hove is not bad.
But we're talking about
when I
generational.
call
no, you
dudes-
said he was never the greatest top rapper.
That's my point.
That's not true.
My top rappers.
You know Wale.
Wale number one.
Wale, no.
Wale's number one.
Yeah, leave
No.
Big Wale alone. Leave my boy
Wale's number one.
No, not even. No.
I'm gonna give him a deal,
alone,
Wale.
man.
Nah, my top. Oh, that's a good question. It's definitely Lupe is definitely up there. It's definitely Lupe Kendrick. I'm missing people off the top of my head right now. It's definitely Lupe Kendrick.
Wale, but just say it.
No, it wasn't. No,
Now, we have guests and he wants to cap.
I know.
no. I'm not gonna. If I'm saying all time, if I'm like, yo, like if it was like, yo, if I had to listen to music for the rest of my life, if I would have put 10, Wale would be in my 10, my 10 favorite.
Who's your
But
five? Who's your five?
It's Lupe, Kendrick. Like I'm thinking about this now. Damn,
Yeah, you said Ye is one of your boys, so
it is Ye. Was there 2 more? Damn, now I really gotta think. Where we at? Okay. Damn, 5 is hard.
You need some time, Mills. You want to do yours?
nah, I'm good.
You don't want to. You don't.
It'll come to me.
My 5?
Who's your 5?
It'll come to
Like of
me.
all time.
Who's your 5 of all time? Like we're saying, you have to listen to 5 for the rest of your life. Who's your 5?
I'll put Hove in there. Obviously, I'm biased. You know me. I'm a Meek fan, bro.
Meek?
I
That's
Meek.
fine.
Meek. I'm a solid Meek 10 toes with that. Regardless, Wayne gonna be up there for me. I'm putting Drake, bro. I like Drake's music, bro. Period. And then I was a 50 fan. I was a heavy 50 fan coming up. So 50. That's probably like music
And
that I
that's fair.
bought consistently, bro. In
I
terms
would.
of like,
I would go also Drake. I would go Kendrick. I would go Hove. I would go 3 Stacks because Andre 3000.
That's what it was. It
Has
was 3
to be in my
Stacks.
5 because his shit is
It was
fucking
3 Stacks.
crazy.
yeah.
And maybe somebody like Nas. I mean, the last spot is always interchangeable, but when I think about it, my first one, I would probably put Nas in there too. But there's a bunch of ones that I could
Kendrick's
put
in there too for me. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying the consensus is Hove is in there. Like I said, timeless greatness. No matter when he drops, no matter what's happening in the game with all these new niggas, the way they rap and it's different. When Hove drops,
Hove drop.
it's consistent to Hove's sound.
So you know who else was consistent?
Chief Keef. You wasn't out there.
You know who else was consistent?
Ooh,
50.
He hasn't.
what does he drop?
He hasn't dropped
that's a hit?
anything like really.
When was the
lately.
last time? When was the last time Hove dropped an album?
2017.
I'm
And
pretty
it-
sure. I'm
That's
pretty
a
sure.
lie.
50. I'm pretty sure 50 dropped a song then.
That's a lie.
A song.
was
You say
17.
a song, bro.
Nah, the Carters dropped.
No, I'm saying
He got
his-
the power intro.
the
Hey, yo,
Carters
be
did
singing the
drop.
hell out of that.
You don't like the Carters?
The Carters
Big
did
Rich
drop.
time.
You don't like the
You're
Carters?
right. The Carters did drop. No, it
Carters
did
did
drop.
drop.
The Carters did drop. Then it was 2020.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But regardless, though, I mean,
Anyways, let's go to sports.
Hold on, wait, no, because let's find out. The Carters dropped in
2020.
2020.
I mean, listen.
But when Hove dropped 444, no matter what was happening in the game, niggas was listening to that shit no matter what. Period.
I just yo, if I say, yo, I got this thing that can really help you. And it can help you for 20 years. Or I have this other thing. It's gonna make you feel maybe a little bit better than my other thing. It's only gonna be here for about 3 years.
I take
you taking 20, bro. You tripping, bro.
I mean, but that's
Bro,
why I
it's
love
okay
music,
to
though.
be wrong,
That's
bro.
why I love music. It comes down to
It's
like
okay
I'm not
to be
wrong.
wrong, bro.
I'm not
wrong.
Bro,
wrong.
you telling me
wrong.
you wouldn't take a sure 20-year thing over a 3-year thing, bro?
Mills,
Yo,
what
that
you said?
3-year thing really might,
All right, look. Anyway, digress, Mills.
I'm digressing because this man just gonna keep going. He gonna keep
We're
going.
gonna have the conversation again, just not with Frankie. It's gonna come back.
It's gonna come back. Let's
digress.
let's segue into some sports stuff before we end towards the pod. A lot of stuff happened over this past week. The trade deadline hit with the NBA. We woke up. Well, before we woke up the other day, Kyrie got traded to the Mavs, and then we woke that same night we woke up and KD was traded to the Suns. We all sports fans. What was y'all takes when y'all woke up and saw the news?
I woke up. I was like, all right, I'm going to bed. I knew Kyrie was getting traded. I woke up, had the crust in my eye. It said, KD to Arizona. My eyes were out. And I wake up in the morning. So I'm like, I wake up early in the morning. Like, I'm up like 4:30, something like that. So I seen him like, all right, my phone go, I see the silent notification, ESPN, KD to Arizona. I said, huh? I was wide awake for the rest of the day. I said,
But
yo,
it was in Phoenix. He was in
Bro,
Phoenix
so
with
it was like, yo, I woke up early in the morning. I check my phone. I see there's like 50 text messages from the chat. So I'm at the bottom of the shit, and I'm looking like, yo, shit crazy out west. I'm like, all right, da-da-da. I get to the I'm like, KD's on the Suns?
That's what I said.
What the
KD
fuck
to the
is?
Suns?
I said, what the fuck did I miss last night? Like, shit is crazy out here.
But I do got to say something about the Kyrie shit though. I don't like what they doing to Kyrie.
What you mean?
I don't like how because we talked about this before. I have to walk back my take on Kyrie.
I'm here for this.
100%.
I tried to tell him, but I'm here for this.
No, it's 100% because now that I'm really like looking at it and what they're trying to do to Kyrie, I'm not effing with it. Because like now, when I heard the story about him and the extension, I heard about why he didn't sign the extension, all that. And I'm like, all right, now everything kind of off because I'm playing Monday morning quarterback now. So now I'm like, all right, y'all want him to sign the extension, but the extension required him to take the jab. And I'm like, all right, so you're forcing him to take the jab to get an extension. When did they ever do that in an extension? Now it's like on top of that, take out all the anti-Semitic stuff, all that stuff. That's a different conversation for a different time. And it's like, now it's like, again, y'all making his contract for how many years he's played and how good he's been, who's had a 50, 40, 90 year, you're making him have to sign an extension that is contingent upon him winning a championship. Like,
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like,
That
that's
was-
crazy
that
to
was
me.
nuts.
And so for me now,
That
I'm
was
looking
nuts.
at all right, now, like, I'm like, all right, like, I understand why Kyrie moving the way that he moved because they try and play him. Like I said, like, he had a 50, 40, 90 year, and nobody said nothing about it.
They wasn't finna give him his bag.
Yeah, they wasn't.
No matter
And so
what he
for me
did.
now, it's like, yo, I'm like, he had a 50, 40, 90 year.
That was last year. It's 50.
This year.
No, I think it was like, it was like probably like, what, 2
It was
years
2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
2 years
yeah.
ago.
And I'm looking, I'm like, bro, like, he was playing he was injured. People don't give Kawhi that same slack. They don't give Paul George
We
that
gotta
same
talk
slack.
about Kawhi
No,
too.
not only was he injured, but I'm saying this year, once KD got hurt, they've had the best record in the fucking NBA.
And-
Since KD's got
Kyrie,
hurt.
and Kyrie was carrying
And he's
them.
been carrying them.
And they was just looking at him crazy. And I'm just like, bro, like, you're not about to
another
come
Jersey
crazy
boy.
at him. You're not about to come
Yeah,
crazy
I'm
at
about to say
him.
another
Yeah.
Jersey vibe, man.
You're not about to come
Jersey.
crazy at him because of the fact that, like, he didn't want to take the jab or he didn't want to do certain things. Like, I think that's crazy. And I feel like the way that they're also trying to marginalize him and make him, like, some anti-Semitic person, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they
It was
went
like, yeah, it was
overboard.
like-
They went overboard.
They were going overboard. And Like that's like I said, that's a different topic. We could touch on another
that's
day.
a different topic. Who's your squad though? Before we continue the
I'm
conversation,
a Knicks fan.
You
I'm a Knicks fan.
A Knicks fan.
God bless you, bro.
God bless your soul.
Yo,
man.
easy, man.
I mean, I can't talk. I'm a Rockets
it's
fan.
crazy
So.
how condescending "God bless you" sounds. Like, yo, God bless you, bro. Like,
No, it's been rough.
It's been rough. It's
hey,
been
yeah, all right. I know. These niggas,
To be
been
fair,
rough. Like,
to be fair, look, bro, hold on, bro, because I'm a Sixers fan, and it was rough for a lot of years.
the process.
process.
It
I'm a
was rough
Rockets
for
fan.
a
It's rough
lot
for
of
us now.
years.
So.
So I mean,
okay,
believe me,
all right.
I we understand where
That's
you're
from a
coming
place of
from.
love. My
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, it's from a place like I
I'm
understand.
hurt. I'm a hurt
You get
dog.
where
you
you
know what I
coming
mean?
from.
Yeah.
I
I was
understand.
we was one game away from the chip, and Chris Paul was too soft
Yo,
to play. you know what I'm saying?
yo,
Like,
saying not
that's
too
my
much.
man.
that's
Yo,
bro. He
he's
was
on
my man
CP.
till he said, bro.
Whoa, he was your man?
But think about this, bro. Game 6, we got the Warriors on the ropes.
Yeah.
I think it was a home game. We was about to play them to close it out.
Yeah.
it wasn't home.
It was a home game. Oh, you had it, bro. I know you had a little hamstring, bro. Play the
little
game.
hamstring.
A little hamstring. Close the game.
Yo,
Close the
he's
series
hurt.
out.
Yo, LeBron got y'all warped, yo. 35-year-olds is not supposed to be out there running around with kids doing
that-
spin
bro.
moves. His old ass did a spin. I'm a Chris Paul fan. I gotta interject, bro. His old ass shouldn't have been out there spinning, bro.
Yeah, respect.
What is you spinning off one leg floaters, bro? This not 08.
In fact,
He can't do that no more.
He
man.
got a point, Mills.
he does have a
He just had
bro,
to slow, when he was
point.
slowing it down and he was rhythm and he was controlling
No,
the
no,
offense and
no. But I
relieving
think to
James.
Mills'
was good.
point, he's saying that you're Chris Paul, you're point guard. In the biggest moments, I need you, dog.
I need
I
you.
need you to be there.
But
100%.
when
I need you
bro,
to be there.
In
Don't
that
say
run,
when has he been there, because he's
bro,
been there.
No, he's been there. But in the Warriors run, when have we ever seen them against the ropes like that in
Never.
the playoffs?
Bro, that's more of a testament to them than it is that.
So close the series out. Game 6.
No, but-
close the series
So
out.
wait. So everyone is understanding when KD's Warriors beats everybody.
Yeah.
But when they look a little wobbly because they didn't knock him out, it's a problem.
But they had a chance and he didn't. Bro,
It kind of is
what-
a problem.
Let me ask you this: would Jordan
That's
play?
backward logic.
What if Isaiah Thomas played?
What's the
Isaiah Thomas would have played on a bum leg
Yeah.
with the bad boy Pistons if he
Nah,
had a chance
that's
to
what's
close
up.
down Jordan.
That's what's up. If Isaiah Thomas was out there with James Harden and them, and not
He's
Joe
playing.
Dumars and the rest of his boys,
He's playing.
He would have played cool. He wasn't going to beat KD and Stephen Curry. Are we this is the greatest team ever.
I
assembled.
hear you.
But that's my point exactly. You never had the
And
opportunity
y'all
again,
never
bro.
said that about the Rockets. Were they the greatest team ever assembled?
No, but you're making my point.
They had a chance to do something. They had a chance to
We-
do something great.
We were up
Yes.
3-2 and lost the series. Bro.
But acknowledging that is something great
They're missing their
says
point
that
guard.
it's something that's really fucking hard to do because
True.
you shouldn't be able to beat.
That's
the Warriors.
facts. That's facts. But how many times has Chris
You get a
Paul
chance to go to
been there,
chip.
even with the Clippers,
Now, those are true.
to
Those
get
are
over
true.
the
Those are
hump,
true.
and it
Those are
hasn't
true.
happened with the Suns to get over the hump,
And
and it hasn't happened.
now, we need context.
well,
the only thing
hold
that's
on,
his
hold on.
fault is that 3-1 collapse. To
Okay,
his
but
team,
what I'm saying is, what Mills is saying is, you had the best team ever assembled on the ropes at home.
At home,
and
you
you
don't
couldn't
play.
show up for the game.
Yeah, 'cause-
That's a problem.
because you 35 and you got a hurt hamstring.
He wasn't 35 at that time.
Why wasn't he? How old is Chris Paul?
35 now.
He's probably
Oh, he might be third. No,
he's probably
no,
like
no.
37.
He's like
He's
37.
old.
But that
He's
was
old.
what?
He's probably like 33.
But how
But
many years
this
ago
is
was
my
that? That was
thing.
like 5 years ago.
Yo,
34,
Clipper CP, y'all can critique all day.
Okay.
I'm here for Clipper CP critique.
Yeah.
I think after a certain age, he was spotty with his high scoring games. He was spotty. He needed help. I
Yeah.
think he wasn't really that great in Oklahoma, but he was the point guard, so he
Got
didn't
him-
really
got him to the playoffs.
He got him to the playoffs, but he didn't need to score and run. He could every once in a while, but you
He
couldn't
was
rely on him
32.
to do
He
that.
was 32.
He's 32. He's right. He's a valid point. He's a valid
Yeah,
point.
but we often conflate like prime CP with the CP we got now, and those are just two different
But he's
players.
always been hurt in the biggest moments, even with
That's
the
a
Clippers.
lie. That's a lie because he
That's
wasn't.
not.
No, with the Clippers, yes, but with the Hornets, no.
No, not with
Okay.
the Hornets. No,
Oh,
not with the
okay,
Hornets.
you're right. Yeah, okay,
I
you're
agree
right.
with that.
Like,
I
you
agree
gotta
with that.
stop
I
doing
agree with that. That's
'Cause
fair.
He
That's
was
fair.
out there busting J Kid, man.
Yeah, he
Listen,
was.
Bro.
He was giving J Kid
I
buckets.
remember he can't guard me, like going crazy. Took Kobe and them 6 or 7.
Yeah.
With oh my God, with Emeka Okafor. And
He ain't
come on,
wrong.
bro,
Tyson
like-
Chandler,
Tyson Chandler,
and David
Mo-
West.
Mo
David
Pete,
West,
come
yeah.
on, bro.
He was eating. He was doing his thing.
Posey, like,
Yeah.
come
doing
on,
his
bro.
He ain't coming to
And
clutch for
then-
me when I
and
needed
then-
it.
and then-
He ain't
and
coming to clutch for me when I
And
needed
then
it.
Franky, they vetoed that trade to LA.
Yeah,
They
and
let
then
it
we
happen.
was
He
supposed
would
to
have
go beat.
got a
supposed to
couple
go be
rings.
with Dean.
He would have got a couple rings.
Kobe
there,
would
bro.
have
This is a ring
Kobe
with
would have had
Kobe.
like 8 rings, no
Bro,
cap,
but
bro.
that's-
Him,
Kobe.
Powell, all
That's
Yeah,
how
that would have been
fickle-
8 rings,
that's
bro.
how
Kobe.
fickle
Bynum.
he is, bro. bro. Legacy fickle, bro. Legacy fickle. Imagine that trade don't get vetoed.
But
Chris Paul got 2 rings now.
I'ma say this.
Cole, what?
I said this in our group
Crazy.
chat. If Chris Paul, KD, and Booker do not get a ring, we have to have a discussion about Chris Paul.
We do. He got to win a ring.
Why is that on Chris Paul is 100 years old? No, can we talk?
Aiden.
So how is that?
We had Capella at the Rockets. Capella was balling
He
at the
just as
Rockets.
sweet as Josh Allen, but we're not gonna talk about
Chris
that.
Paul. Why y'all treating him like he's in year 8?
We have to know. We have to have a conversation. No, I'm having no.
Where does the
I would say
Devin
we have to
Booker
have a
conversation
conversation
start?
about Kate. No,
Devin
if
Booker
they
in the
don't
league
win,
a
no.
minute too.
If they don't
He's a new
win,
star.
if they don't win a ring, if they don't win a ring,
next.
we need to have a conversation with KD before we have that conversation about Chris Paul.
All 3.
I agree.
But
no, I agree.
The
with
only
Moose.
reason why
I
because
agree
Chris
with
Paul,
Moose.
Chris Paul's at the
I
end of
agree
his
with
career,
Moose.
so we could give him that slack, right? Like,
And he's brittle.
Bron
You know what
got
I'm
y'all
saying?
warped.
KD,
Don't got me. I'm just saying.
KD, nah, bro.
I'm
I don't.
hurt.
If he don't win a ring this year,
I'm hurt.
Over.
I'm jaded.
Chris Paul.
I'm writing him off the way I've written off Russell Wilson, Josh Allen, all them bum ass niggas, bro.
Chris Paul by
Nah,
nature
bro.
is a smaller athlete. LeBron can stand up to those injuries because he's a fucking bigger guy. KD 7 feet. Chris Paul's 6 foot maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5'11".
It's those injuries are not the same to come back from as a fucking motherfucker like LeBron. That's
I agree.
200.
And
I
on
won't
top of
average.
that, he don't got Joe Dumars and Bill Laimbeer and Dennis Rodman around.
all right, but he got
could create a
crossover.
shot. When that Clippers team could create a shot, except
He
for
had
Chris
Lou
Paul
Will.
and Jamal Crawford.
He had James
facts.
Harden.
Lou Will didn't get there till late. No, the OG Clipper team with Matt Barnes and all them and DeAndre Jordan, Lob City was predicated on what Chris Paul could do off the pick and roll.
Facts.
Blake Griffin,
You are wrong. You
Blake
are
Griffin
wrong.
couldn't do nothing until later on, and then when Blake finally did start to develop, that's when Chris started getting hurt all the time.
Yeah.
But before he started getting hurt, Blake couldn't do nothing. Blake was a turnover machine.
Yeah.
But you had to work through him because Chris is a small guard.
Yeah, because Blake Griffin was raw at the time.
And this
He
is
was
and
raw.
we was booming on
And
small
DeAndre
forwards,
Jordan was
bro.
raw.
This wasn't-
They were just crazy
It's not
athletic.
the 90s no more. Like, bro,
Yeah.
it's Carmelo Anthony's are running around out here. It's Carmelo's, it's Kobe's, it's Bron's, it's you got to do
They out there running
No,
around.
they're out there running
Giannis is
around.
facts.
running
Giannis
Giannis
is
is running
facts.
around.
They can't be
No,
doing
this
shit.
little 6-foot point guard from North Carolina, he's not getting it done no more. You need more.
Look,
He's
I
not
don't
getting
have, I
done
don't
no
have
more.
anything
He
against
do.
CP. I
And
love
him, but he
CP,
need
but
help.
I need him to win a ring.
I do too.
He
I
gotta
agree.
win a
Send him
ring,
to the
bro.
Lakers.
I
Man,
agree. Now I was critiquing being up 2-0 and then that shit
3-1.
and 2-0 in the finals
Yeah.
and then some of that is Monty Williams' fault because you don't just let DeAndre Ayton go straight up with
Yeah.
Giannis, man. You
That was
just
bad.
you just
That was
asking
bad
yourself,
dope.
Eventually, he's gonna start.
Is
kicking his ass, and
Giannis
that's
the
what
best player in
happened.
the league right now? Giannis.
Well, I want to say yes. If this,
I don't.
If this tall
You
white
gonna say Embiid?
kid
No.
Joker,
Stop it!
keeps
Stop
doing-
it! Stop!
You said
I don't think he is. I don't think he
I'm
is.
not. That's not a
Bro.
bad take. That's not a bad take. All
But
my
if-
boys in Colorado
But
think
if he
that too.
keeps
Bro.
doing this,
Bro.
someone has to say something.
Bro, he's
then.
playing point guard, number one. Number
So
two.
when the last
Number
time
two,
y'all seen
hold
him
on,
do this?
hold on, Frankie.
Leave it alone.
Frankie.
No, I'm messing
Frankie,
with it.
I'm not saying Embiid is the MVP, but he gave him 48 a couple
that's
last 2 weeks ago.
That's
Embiid gave him a
fire.
40 clip, and Jokic just was there looking
Just
like a
was
deer in
there,
headlights.
couldn't do shit with him. Meanwhile, Embiid is on the other end, locking that shit up.
No, that's cool. I seen Brown have some terrible games against Carmelo Anthony.
Facts.
A ton of them.
Facts.
And you would never utter out your
No,
mouth
that's
that
facts.
That's a
Melo's better
valid
than
point.
LeBron.
That's
Melo
facts.
don't
I've
get
seen
Brown.
Melo
Melo don't get
Bron's
Brown some work.
That's facts.
Melo don't
Many
get
times.
many a
Game
times.
winners and all.
All that
Yes.
shit.
That's facts.
So that I'm not.
But-
Come on, you're not gonna give me a bro. That kid is
He's special. Don't get me wrong, but
he doing some otherworldly shit. They number one in the West again.
he's running point guard. That's why.
And they're going out the second round.
Yeah, I agree.
The second round,
That-
max.
running
I don't.
point.
I disagree because Murray's back, bro. You talking
I-
about Jokic? You
But
talking about Jokic, right?
Yeah.
But he's not the same.
But what do that got to do with the MVP?
Jokic,
True,
if Jokic
true,
wins another
true.
MVP, I'm gonna be irritated.
Why?
He
He's
probably
valuable to-
will. Probably
Well, maybe.
will.
Well, the question was MVP. It was best player.
If
Best
we're
player,
talking
best
about
player.
value to a team, I think if we take,
Best-
I mean, it's hard because if you take Giannis off the Bucks, they're ass.
Best
If you
player.
take, if you take Embiid off the Sixers, they're ass.
Yeah,
If
that's
you
true,
take
too.
Jokic off
They're
the
not the
Nuggets,
regular.
they might be all right.
No, you're
Nah.
You're
They
kidding
got a
yourself.
squad. How don't they?
You're
They'll
kidding
be
yourself.
regular.
If it was
AG,
just Jamal out
Aaron
there,
Gordon's
with
playing
no
Offense
great.
Jokic,
goes
that team
through
is awful.
Jokic.
KCP. I'm saying they have a squad around him. This is their best squad they've ever had
I don't
over
think
these
he-
years.
Nah, I don't think you understand how much offense run through Jokic, bro.
That's what I'm
But
trying
I'm
to say.
saying he runs point guard. He's their point guard.
That's what I'm. That's literally. But that's almost. No, it is unprecedented.
Yeah, it is unprecedented.
It's
You know,
unprecedented.
When have you seen somebody run a point like that?
Like he's grabbing the rebound.
I've just seen him.
Wait,
No, he's not your center.
all right,
dominated
put it
enough.
this way. Put it this way. The way Jokic is playing right now, who's the boy the Victor boy from France?
Maybe Kevin Durant.
Wembanyama.
Maybe,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the evolution of basketball, bro.
Of course it is.
A 7'5". Yeah,
Victor gonna be
Jokic
crazy.
is doing what the ball. He's the bigger,
other
heavier, you know
kid-
what I'm saying? Like,
We got to see it in the playoffs.
The
this
Grant
year, bro.
Nelson kid, he like 6'11".
yeah.
This year they got to they
Bobo.
gotta win a chip.
Bobo, yeah.
got to win a chip. Bro.
All right, let me
Nah, I
ask,
agree though. I think the pressure's
They gotta
on.
win a chip.
I think the pressure's on.
do you think it's
the West
chip?
wide
Do y'all think it's chips for Bron now in the West or what?
No.
There's a path.
Me personally,
If AD gets
Honestly,
back to
truly,
that-
every year we talk about this. I am never going to bet against LeBron until he loses.
yeah,
Bron is
he got
still.
that
That's just
Brady
me.
effect.
Bron just dropped
I'm
like
not doing
40.
it.
Bron dropped like what, a 40 clip like 1-2 weeks ago?
Like
Yeah,
you just
he's
said,
the leading
like,
scorer in the
Mills,
league right now,
Mills,
which is kind of
Mills, you
crazy.
just said who's the best player in the league. To me, it's LeBron. Sorry. Sorry.
If AD doesn't play sweet,
Who what?
I don't think LeBron
13.
13.
If everybody,
In the West,
if
but
everybody plays their
They're
best game
13,
on
but
his
they're
team,
but
I
they're
don't
like
think
2
Bron-
games
I think
back
AD
of
better
like
than him
6.
right now.
But AD's a big if.
That's
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
He's the
That's
biggest
problem.
if in
That's
the
problem.
NBA,
But
bro.
that's the only
That's
problem.
the
When
problem.
he's on, he's the best player in the league. But
I'm sorry.
he either hurt,
if
he
we're all
missing stuff,
picking
or
right now, and there's a player you want on your team first, who are you picking?
LeBron.
Who are you picking first? You got all
I'm
the
picking
NBA
Giannis
niggas
right
lined up. I'm saying
Giannis or
it's
Bron.
either Giannis or Bron,
I'm
right?
picking Giannis.
LeBron is what, 38 years old?
Giannis or Bron.
Still playing at that level? To me, LeBron is the best player in the league by far. If there's somebody that wants to be running my team
Or a healthy
to
Steph.
make everybody around him better, as well as be able to run the point and score and get assists and play defense, it's LeBron. To me, it's LeBron. Until
Facts.
he's not in the league, I have a hard time betting against him in the
That's
playoffs
what I'm saying. If
because
AD
of what he's done.
If AD does what he needs to do, just even at least like 70%, they got a chance to go to the
I
chip.
love that.
I
trade.
agree.
The trade was awesome.
100%.
Like,
There you go.
and that's
100%.
just 7. He don't even need to be 100. Just 70%, even 60, even 60.
Nah.
Bron could do it. Nah, 60%. Bron could at least still have enough will to will them
AD
there.
gotta be at least 85% for them to do
Bron-
anything.
no, AD,
No,
AD
100%.
needs to be kicking,
100%. AD, they win in the chip. With what they have now, they win in the chip.
Oh, yeah, LeBron
But
needs
if
to
you
be
give,
there.
if AD gives at least just 60%, just 60.
I think 75 of 80,
He off that booger
they
sugar.
win a chip. I think 75%.
75,
80.
80?
You have that booger.
I don't know about that one.
He's smoking that
But
cane.
60%,
Only because he's
they
so
can get
smoking
brittle.
that
Only
Joe
because he's
Burrow.
so brittle. Only because he's so brittle.
Okay,
If
that's
they
fair.
can
I'm
get
gonna need more
80%
than that.
of 80 with LeBron, I don't bet against LeBron until he loses, bro. Because of what he can do on the court and because of who he is and what he does.
Well,
Facts.
I mean, next year they win in the chip, so.
All right.
Kyrie
So
know they will.
before we jump
Kyrie's
into
will
to the last subject, which is the Super Bowl, I got to ask you: LeBron passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the most points in the history of NBA. All these accolades that he's gathering. You know what I'm saying? The debate is still there.
No, it's not.
The debate. I mean, the whole debate is still there.
No, it's not.
Do y'all think LeBron's the greatest of all time?
Can I go first?
Go ahead.
I'm going to say this.
Oh shit.
LeBron is number 1 in points now, and he's 4th in assists. If he wasn't who he was, giving up the ball, he would have broke this record probably 4 years ago. Probably 4 years ago, in his prime. Because he is who he is, he's 1st in points, and he's 4th in assists. That is like unfathomable if you think about it.
That's facts.
Period.
That's facts.
That doesn't exist anywhere else in the history of the NBA. And if you go and look at the records, if you break them down, he has more game winners in the playoffs than Jordan and Kobe, if you really go and break it down. That's just my opinion. 1st in points, 4th in assists, and he's better than Jordan in every other category besides scoring title. That's fine. We talking about best player? Who's the best basketball player of all time all around? It has to be LeBron.
It's been Bron.
I said
And not
Bron
be
too.
LeBron.
But it's been Bron, and that's why I hate the chip argument, because the chip argument is kind of annoying, because it's like if you want to deal with a troll, it's like a troll will tell you that Derek Fisher is technically the best basketball player. He's better than Jordan because he got 11 rings. And then my thing is like when you take that, I was like, okay, so what else do you have to look at? Is dominance. Bron dominated the league. He went to 10 straight finals. He willed a team. Like, he dragged a team
Carry bums.
and then dropped a 50 clip on arguably the best team ever. And the only reason why they didn't win the game was because a nigga had a brain fart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
JR was off.
yeah.
J.R. was
at
off
that
that-
point, he
that
would have
booger sugar.
He would have been gentleman swept by the best team ever.
Yeah.
Jordan had to sit here and beg niggas to come to the team. He had to beg to get a trade.
And
Kobe had to beg or he's leaving. and we're having a conversation with a guy who dragged Scrubs twice to the finals. Thrice. At the time where you played thrice. Where you played the Spurs. And at the average they got swept. And them niggas was not even averaging up to 20 points. Dwayne Wade was not averaging 20 points. Chris Bosh not averaging up to 15 points. And we're having this conversation again. Yeah. He willed them to the finals because he's that great. Jordan was never doing that. Jordan had to scream and kick and yell. And he still didn't even get what he wanted.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yo, you love the niggas that come before the niggas.
Yeah,
that
he
stay.
loved the pathway. Look, you an old head at heart. He loved the pathway.
Why?
They gotta pay homage, man.
Pay homage.
You can pay homage. You can pay homage, and I respect the homage argument. But at a certain point, like, yeah, there's a certain aspect of the game where you have to show yourself as the man on the court. But I think that because of who LeBron was naturally going to be what Jordan was anyways. Like, he already had that element, not even because of the fact of like, yo, like he looked at Jordan, but because of the fact of how he plays. Bron is so smart where it's like he's naturally going to will himself, not because of the fact that he could drop 50 on you, but because he already outsmarts you. He's driving down the court. He sees the lane. He sees the defensive assignments already. He knows where he's going to drop the ball before you even know you're about to go to this point.
Yeah.
Correct.
You get what I'm saying?
His IQ.
Yeah, his dog
different.
comes from the IQ, not the fact that I'm dropping 50 on you. Like, part of the thing,
and it's like, oh, I can get 50. Though.
Yeah, I can get 50.
Whenever the fuck I want.
And one of the best things about it, and you always used to see
I can get 50.
When Bron was in his prime, you would see it when he took over. In the last, like, 2-3 minutes, you would see it. You see him start barking orders. Yo, you cut here. Yo, you come across here. He's literally playing chess in your face so he can drive and kick out a three.
And also,
in your face.
Shit like in 09, I'm guarding MVP D Rose coming down the
Lock
stretch.
him down.
And I'm
Shut
locking
him down.
And I'm just saying, if you go and look at the top 5 scores or the top 10 scores of all time, it's Kareem, bucket getter. It's Jordan, killer. It's Karl Malone, bucket getter. It's Kobe. It's Dirk Nowitzki.
And Melo's
and Melo and like KD and like Steph Curry, right?
And Bron is a
None of those guys are even sniffing the top 50 in assists all time.
Yeah.
LeBron is 4th in assists. Bro, how many buckets is he giving up going to the cup?
Facts.
How many buckets is he giving up going to the cup? So to say he's not a scorer?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? His career average is 27.
That's disrespectful.
His career average is 27 points a game.
It's disrespectful.
All you old heads
But
sit
y'all know where
down.
it comes from.
All you old heads sit down.
Because he
down.
dominated the most
is
skilled
over.
era with
Exactly.
the least amount of skill, which sounds crazy because he has a ton of skill.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have skill.
Like, he doesn't have the bag that everybody
And the
talks
game
about,
looks so
but
easy to
what
him.
he
Swiss
has
Army
is
knife,
enough for
bro.
him to get what he needs to get done.
He has
Swiss Army knife.
He has more than enough, but it's only crazy because we're in a game that's like the skill boom was the 2000s. Like after AI came through, like
It was
everybody
different.
had crossovers and
Yep.
shit got real different. Shit got
Even
incredible.
if you go to that finals of 17 when they beat the Warriors, right? LeBron's such a team guy. He makes everybody around him better. I'll make the play. The Iguodala block. I'll make the play. Kyrie,
Yep.
you come down, get the bucket.
Yep.
And then what? I'll hit the free throws to seal it. Game over, right? The only guy that's really elevated everybody else around him to really be on that level is LeBron. Everybody he's played with has gotten better besides Russell Westbrook. Everyone else that's played with LeBron has gotten better. Go look at those teams that he took to the final with Daniel Marshall and fucking
Monte
Marajal and Daniel Gibson and all that. You know what I'm saying? You talk about pound for pound the best player, it has to be LeBron. It has to be.
Facts. I agree.
He the best.
So the final thing I want to talk about is we're recording on Friday night, and y'all know the big game's happening on Sunday.
Frankie.
What's up, baby?
First of all,
Birds, baby.
you a Birds fan?
Hey, man,
See, I'm in enemy territory right now. I'm a diehard Chiefs fan.
Why?
I was born in Kansas, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair.
It's fair.
No, I actually really, I'm happy you said that. I'm glad you didn't just
I'm not
wake
just-
up one day and say, I like
bro,
red.
I
and
don't.
now, yeah.
He said I just like red. Nah, man. I went to the storm. I was the, you know what I'm saying, Trent Green, Dante Hall, Priest Home, all of them. Said
shit
the
was
eras we was
different
track.
back then.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, that was different back then.
But now we here.
Dante Hall is one of my favorite players ever.
We got that man.
He is.
So I want to hear. We talked about it a little bit last pod, but I want to bring it back up.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts gonna happen in the Super Bowl?
I got Eagles by double digits.
Double digits?
Double?
Currently, I got that. I currently have that. And Pat,
Double digits?
Pat is incredible, bro. Pat is incredible.
Yo, they disrespect. Yo,
Pat is
Looking into the
incredible.
man cave. They disrespecting my man like he don't really exist.
No, Pat is incredible.
It's not about Pat.
It's
Digits,
not
I don't
about
know.
Pat.
It's
It's
not
just
about-
not about
it's never
Pat.
been
What's it about? What's it
It's
about?
not
though?
about Pat. It ain't even about Jalen so much for me either. It's really the trenches, bro. It's really
It
the
is about
trenches.
the- it is
no,
about the
no.
trenches.
It starts and stops there though. Like, bro, this offensive line is some backyard.
Talk that shit, Frankie.
No, like-
talk that shit.
Like,
I'm
don't get
hearing
me-
you.
Jalen is incredible. Our backs are incredible. Our offensive line is some backyard bullshit.
And what about our
And this
D-line?
defensive line.
Talk
Defense
that
line
shit,
different.
Frankie.
Defense line is different.
So
Talk
what?
that
How
shit.
many
ain't
sacks
gonna-
off the 85 Bears? 5, 6, something like that. No,
Uh-huh.
it was close. Way
It's
too
close.
close. Hassan Reddick is a godsend. They play complementary football though. I think that's the thing I like about him the most is because the D line helps the back end.
Rotate
And
nine
the back
guys.
end, and when the D line don't get there quick enough, the
Yeah.
back end can help the D line.
I agree with that.
Because we got 2 all pros out there.
Yeah, and
I
then
agree with
and
you.
then,
You know what I'm saying?
and then in the middle, TJ is he like a quiet
Yep.
warrior. TJ Edwards is playing
Yep.
his ass
He's
off,
been
man.
balling.
Yep.
He's been balling.
So
And
like
Kaiser White.
and Kaiser too, and then Big JD on the front, and y'all know what we got, man. Sweaty is Javon is.
All I'm gonna
is
say is
Fletcher,
this:
It's 9 guys that
is
rotate. If
if
Brandon,
Pacheco
is-
gets the game going, it's gonna be a long day for y'all. That's all I have to say.
All right.
Who?
If our
we
run,
get it?
if our run game gets going, it's a long day for you. That's all I'm gonna
That's
say.
Isaiah Pacheco. Shout out Rucker. Shout out
Yeah,
Vineland.
yeah, but I'm just
Shout
saying,
out
if
South
the
Jersey.
run game gets started, bro, it's going to be a
Did
long day.
did y'all
for
run
y'all.
the game? Did y'all run the ball well against Cincinnati?
No.
They did.
He did. Bro, he made the off. Bro, you guys think a run game he has to go over 100 yards, bro.
Lies.
If you
Lies.
told him to peel like 50, 60 yards, bro,
That's
to
not
make a
what I
defense
think.
honest,
not what I
bro,
think.
that's
I
a
like
good
that,
game.
though. I like that. I
You
feel
don't
that.
have to rush 100 yards
Not
to
with
make
Pat.
a
You
defense.
don't have.
don't.
You don't
to
have
run it
to.
with Pat.
You just have
Alright.
to be
don't.
able to get yards when you need to get yards, and that's what he does.
You
for
just gotta
them.
make the play action. Please.
But
you gotta be able to hold the
but-
linebacker
but-
for a second.
Exactly. If the Eagles front seven, like you said, that's what's gonna be one. If they make that obsolete and you just know he's throwing the ball every play, it's gonna be a long game.
They're
for
not
us.
gonna do that though.
But what I'm
Andy
saying
ain't-
is this:
Andy's
why
too smart,
why
bro.
is everybody acting like
It's gonna be a lot of screen.
this game is like a defining moment for Mahomes' career? Not to say that it isn't, but like
It kind of is. Though.
it's almost
is.
like people
It
are
is.
people are talking like he's not 27 and he's not going to be in the league for a
No,
long
because
time.
it-
I understand what you're saying that he has to win. He's been here
Yeah.
10 times in 5 years. I get that, but he's also going up against, like we just talked about, a fucking phenomenal team. So you can't really hold it against him if he loses to a team.
I'm not holding it
like
against him.
this.
It's just
But
context though.
It's LeBron argument. It's the same thing.
It's kind of for
the
me.
same
It feels
thing.
if Patty
staffish.
Mahomes loses,
'Cause his first-
going into next year, he's still the best player in the league.
Yeah,
Oh,
of course.
Yeah, of course. Nobody's arguing that. But his first Super Bowl, he played okay.
played
I mean,
okay.
if Jimmy G would have been competent, I think we all would have said he lost. Second Super Bowl, he threw some of the greatest incompletions I've ever seen.
Ever in my life.
Yeah,
Like
that's what I'm
some
saying.
of
Are we
the-
holding that against the context matters?
No, it was some of the greatest incompletions, but they tell me you lose, you lose.
Yeah.
And he
O
lost.
line was banging up. He's running for his life. Context matters.
Well,
It
Brown
does.
was out there with Verjao, and they still say
The
3-6,
context-
4-6.
Yes.
He was out there with
The context
Verjao.
matters.
Like,
So I think win or lose, Patty's still going to be the best quarterback
He
heading
is.
into next
No,
year.
he
He's
is,
going to be the
but-
best quarterback. He's always going to be the best quarterback in the league, obviously, until he can't be no more. I just think I mean, until,
I agree.
I think double digits is. I don't think it's gonna be.
I
a
don't think it's double
game.
digits, but I think
But
double digit sounds aggressive, but
it doesn't
12
sound.
point- a
12, yeah,
12
you're right.
win
10.
isn't-
Yeah, you're
isn't
right.
bad, like
It's
a
not bad.
10-point
It's
win
not. You're right. You're right. We put it like that. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
bad.
it's-
by 8.
I think that
Going by 8.
I think that ice cold man Joe Burrow coming for him. I'll give him 2 years.
What Mahomes? We smelling out Joe Burrow
nah,
after they get Joe Burrow.
That may look like he could
be
do
I
that.
fair,
can see a lot of things after these quarterbacks are paid, including Jalen too. Like that's the only
What did I
reason,
say last
only
week,
reason I
y'all?
respect
What?
Patty is because
What did I say last week?
this
What'd you
first
say?
Patty
These
getting
niggas
paid.
get paid, it's going to be a problem.
But
Yeah.
Patty took the Brady deal though. He did like a 10-year. He did like a baseball deal. Like,
Yeah.
he did some-
I also
did some
kind of feel like
team-friendly
Jalen
shit.
is conscious enough to know
Baseball. Man.
that if he takes a team friendly deal, they'll be able to continue to build around him. But also, nigga, go make your bread. So I can't fault him for that either.
He strike me as that kind of kid.
But what I'm
Facts.
saying is,
Yeah.
once you pay somebody all that money, like Mahomes' money is going to next year, y'all going to lose a lot from this team.
We
next
are,
year.
but we're gonna keep the major pieces, bro. At the end of the day, when Brady took that deal, like the Patriots, he was long term with the Patriots, right? What they do, the system that they had worked so fluently, they could put whoever was in there.
But
bro.
Brady
It doesn't matter.
Brady also deliberately took a very big pay cut though.
yeah,
significantly.
in the later in his career though, he
Not
did.
even
He did.
still.
Like, it was
Yeah,
later.
but he was never in his career the highest paid
he
quarterback.
never-
I know
ever.
that. I know that. I'm not saying he is, but I'm just saying though. I think Mahomes is at the caliber of Brady or even better, where the system that they have with Banami and Reader doing, you can plug and play players. But it's gonna be whatever.
You can plug and play skill players.
That's what I'm saying.
But you can't plug and play linemen.
But their old linemen is bro.
But you're gonna lose some because you can't pay them. Is what I'm saying.
They'll take care of the old linemen before they take care of skill
They
players.
got
Bro.
to pay somebody. They got to
All right.
prioritize who they pay.
Yeah, we're gonna see.
It's gonna be.
All right, I'm saying.
I mean, he
I'll
lost
say
Tyreek
this.
Hill.
Doesn't matter what team. The Chiefs, the Bengals,
They said
the
we said
Bills.
we lost him. We wasn't gonna do nothing, bro. That's what everybody said.
he's
They
still
said Mahomes wasn't gonna do goddamn shit. And where we at? We
5,000
14-3 or 16-3 and in the bowl.
MVP.
With bums at receiving core besides Kelsey. That's what they said. But I don't think we have bums.
I like
At all.
I don't think we have bums.
I don't
They
think so
said
either.
I can tell you who is a
Y'all
bum.
had
The
one of
Pillsbury
great-
Doughboy.
Who's
y'all
that?
had one of the
Who
best
you think?
rosters in the NFL.
I don't know.
The pastry man.
Who?
Pastry man. Josh Allen.
We're not talking about him right now. We're not talking about him.
But what I'm saying
don't
is
like
Josh
Mills?
Allen's
No,
not
he
an
said
elite
overrated.
quarterback, bro.
Mills, what I'm saying is to what we're talking about is when you paying a guy all that money,
I agree.
you lose
You
elsewhere.
do.
Especially in O-line, your two tackles, you
Yeah.
gotta pay those guys.
No, that's a fact. That's
I
a
think
fact.
that's why
You
they're
gotta
trying.
pay those
I think that's
guys.
where they're trying to push the fact of trying to get the Super Bowls out the way. Because it's like now once you have to start paying people, you have to start being very very like strategic with how you pay people. Now the conversation about Super Bowls has to start coming up, and it's like at a certain point, it's like Mahomes can sit here and throw to 8-9 different receivers, but also you have to consider is that the league also catches up to what you're doing. You know what I'm
Correct.
No,
saying?
100%.
So
I
it's
say
like,
it to
we'll see,
say
though.
that
Seen that. They caught up.
Yeah.
I
very
think
fast.
I think the reason this is going to be such a great game is because both teams are in that window where one quarterback is about to be paid and the other one's about to be paid.
It's gonna be a
And-
high
and
level game, bro.
These are such great. This might be the best Eagles team for the next couple years because of what they're about to pay Jalen. Right?
I'll say this: Hassan Reddick scares me, bro. When it comes to
should.
pass rush, bro.
He should.
That's one bull. That's one bull I'm worried about when it comes to the pass rush. He's
Jersey,
he's
big
been
jersey,
different.
big jersey.
He's
Big
one of
jersey.
9.
But he's
Big
he's
South
the one.
jersey,
He's the
too.
one that
Yeah.
like when he's on,
Yeah.
he's
bad.
on, bro. It's
Yeah.
like
Quick, man.
if hands or butts.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
a
he
great
quick,
game,
best-
bro.
He got great hands.
It's just different,
It's
bro.
gonna be a great game.
But we're gonna test the DBs.
Can't
We're
wait.
gonna see what's happening. We're gonna test the water. Like I said, you talking about water. We're gonna test the waters with the
Pat gonna
DBs.
play well. Pat gonna play well.
Pat
Yeah, he
always
is.
gonna
He
play
is.
well.
He is. He is
I
gonna
just
play
think once again, I think the biggest things is we've seen it before. I think we're gonna see it again. Rookies are rookies, and I think that's gonna play a very big factor. Rookies are gonna be rookies. I think you got two of them.
I'm saying,
They
Mills.
DBs.
You was
Oh,
talking
Batman
about
is
you was
skinny
talking
Batman.
you was talking about AJ Brown and Devontae not as good as T Higgins and Jamar Chase. AJ Brown, go look at what he did for the Titans, bro. This year their offense was trash. He comes in 1 year, all-time leading receiver in Eagles history in 1 season.
I'm giving him credit.
Come
AJ,
on.
AJ Brown is
Against
Smith are elite,
rookies?
but I'm saying I think the Bengals receiving core as a whole. is
What
better
Pat
than
Bev
Eagles.
say?
All right,
I'm licking my chops.
all right. I just
That's
think
his
AJ,
personal
Receiving
preference.
core as a whole.
As a whole, I think the Bengals have a better receiving core.
and
as a
he
whole.
might not be
I mean,
wrong
I guess
about that.
Like their top 3
T.
receivers, I think are better
Tyler,
than. They have Tyler Boyd, they have Jamar Chase, they have T Higgins. Who's the Eagles' top 3 receivers?
But take Tyler Boyd out of it though, because
why? You
he's
don't
effective.
give him credit, bro.
I do. Hold on.
But
First
you
of
do
all,
not
first of all,
give this
first of
man
all,
credit. Every time I bring up Tyler Boyd, you say take him
No,
out of the conversation.
no, first of
bro,
all,
he's the
started.
third. He's
No.
a third down phenomenon. Every
First
time
of
Joe
all-
Burrow's in trouble, Tyler
first of
Boyd's the
all,
one that makes the catch.
I've had him on my fantasy team for years because
how
of
you
what
get-
he does.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, in the grand scheme of things, T. Higgins and Jamar Chase will makes that go on any receiving core when you have a back like Joe Mixon.
But that's where I fight your Joe
Right?
Burrow point because he about to get paid. Burrow
Who?
about to get paid, and T is gone.
That's what I'm saying.
And Tyler gonna have to step up, and I don't think Tyler ready for that.
That's what I'm saying, Mills. He's a 3, but he's not a 2.
That don't matter though. He playing this role. That's what I'm saying. He's
But if
playing
he
this
stay in
role.
the
and
slot,
that's
it
fine.
won't matter.
Yeah, it won't matter.
And like I told you,
I'm taking Tyler Boyd over any NFL team's third cornerback.
okay, and
or
like
nickelback.
Okay, and like I told you this year, we haven't needed our third receiver all season. We haven't needed him.
Okay,
I line up with
I'll-
Vontae Maddox.
We haven't needed him
you're right.
at all.
I'm not disagreeing.
So you got to
I'm
go
not
deal with Devontae.
You're
and you got to
right.
deal with AJ.
You're right.
And you got to deal with Dallas too.
You're right. I'm not
tight
disagreeing
end.
with it, bro. I'm not disagreeing.
It's
with
not
it.
no slouch. Like I think you're making it like, oh, they.
I'm not saying there's. I didn't.
Yo, they said the Chiefs is feeling a little sick too. They said y'all got like the cold, y'all under the weather.
I
Here
also
comes
just
Philly,
wanted to
man.
say,
just
Shannon,
saying.
I just wanted to say, they put the Chiefs jersey on the Rocky statue.
I know it's a dub.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah,
it's bad.
It's chips.
So it's
Dub.
It's all right, man.
Ain't gonna be out
Yeah,
anymore.
I was telling before we closed out. I was telling him I was coming down when I was driving to Rec, bro. Shout out to Rec, by the way. We in the studio. I gave a little homeless man $2, bro. He gonna scream and dap me up and say, "Eagles by 14." Boy, I almost took that bread back.
I'm telling you, man. I think that defense and that offense, and they run the ball so well, bro. And then be careful, be watchful for 4. It's gonna be 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Eagles probably gonna be up like 4.
Yeah,
They
I'm
gonna
saying.
go on a 10-play 6-minute drive.
To close it out. I'll be sick.
It's
I'm be
gonna
hurt.
It's gonna be 7 runs. 3 of them from the QB, and Jalen probably gonna pass twice, and it's gonna be one of Dallas Goedert. He gonna score, and it's gonna be like game over. And Patty gonna try to do
My
some
phone gonna
amazing
blow
shit,
up.
and it's just,
I'm gonna have to
they've
be in
been
the
doing
corner.
it
I'm just
all
saying.
Can't show my
bro.
face.
You said Hassan Reddick. I guarantee he makes a big play in this.
He's
game.
going to,
in,
bro.
I think
in,
win MVP.
in the second half. Like a forced fumble or something that's going to be
Defensive-
huge.
Yeah, he's been having a hell of a year, bro.
Who get MVP?
That's solid, man. Before we close out, I mean, that's solid.
clowns, bro.
Before we close out, man, Frankie, tell us what you got coming, man. You got any new singles coming up? Anything that we should be on the lookout for?
Nothing that we've announced quite yet. Because I'm in between what 2 singles I'm gonna drop, but yeah, new music for sure. New videos. We got a ton of new videos. Got a video for, I can't announce that. We're doing the High videos coming soon.
So,
from the last project, so I'm excited to do that and release that soon. But yeah, man.
Tell our listeners where we can find you on social media so we can follow you, stream your music, that type of thing.
Follow me everywhere, man. I'm on TikTok now.
Okay.
Man, sheesh, man. 2022 crazy, ain't? Well, it's free now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, everything at using Frank.
That's solid, man. I appreciate you coming on air, man. We had a joy. It's all I got. You guys got anything else?
Thank you for coming on, man. We appreciate it. It was nice to
Thank
meet
you.
you, dog.
Thank
Nice
you.
chopping up with you, bro. I
Yes,
had a good
yes,
time out
sir,
here
bro.
today. Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Theo, you too,
we
bro.
gotta get you on, Theo. You was in the back. We gotta get you a mic next time, bro. Gotta get you a mic next time. But that's all I got for episode.
Homage King.
That's all I got for episode 104 of the Faces of the Future podcast. It's your boy Mills.
It's your boy Shan.
Boy, man, some moose.
Peace.
Peace.
Oh my God, is that the Faces of the Future?